Lord Haywire, and I am streaming Tabletop Simulator Spirit Island. Power is going to show me how to play this today, and I haven't used Tabletop Simulator for ages, so this is going to be, as I was mentioning to him, like 2 hours of me just looking like an idiot, so this should be quite exciting. I already checked all my settings and everything. I just got to pull up. You know what? I'm going to pull up my frame rate thing because this feels like this is going to be a game where I'm going to have to turn down my graphical settings. I just have a feeling. Just a feeling. All right. So it wants me to pick a color. I'm going to pick. You can be a spectator as well. That's interesting. I'll pick this orange color just so I'm away from yours. It probably doesn't matter.
Okay. No, it doesn't really matter. It might actually be easier if you picked a seat that's closer to where I am. Just so
Can I unpick? Swap?
I think in the top right-hand corner, you should see your name and a
Yeah.
color orange. You right-click that.
I'll be yellow.
Okay. All right. So basically, what this game is about is that each of us is going to be playing a spirit that inhabits this island, and the island is occupied by natives, they're called day hands. And the day hands, they live in peace and harmony with nature, and everything's good. And then one day, some invaders show up, some colonizers, and they proceed to start ruining the island. And they do things that invaders do, like chop down all the trees, and they build their houses and all of these things. They kill the natives that live there. And so as the spirits or the gods of this island, it's up to us to defend it. Okay.
Okay. And so it's definitely co-op. I know I mentioned that before, but I'm just double checking.
That's right.
Okay.
Yeah. We either both win or we both lose.
All right.
And so this game has the base game, and it has 2 expansions, which basically add a lot more complicated mechanics. So to start off, we're going to be removing those expansions. We're going to just play with the base game.
Sounds like a brilliant idea.
So at the top of the board, you'll see kind of like a grid with a bunch of pictures of different spirits. So I drew a red line through all the ones that you shouldn't pick.
All right. I was wondering what that red line was about.
Yeah.
So those are the expansion ones.
Yeah. So let's just take a look at like the first one on the top left, which is called River Surges and Sunlight. So you'll notice that each of these has a complexity rating to it. So the River Surges and Sunlight is considered low complexity. I would encourage you to pick one of them that's low as your first game. It kind of gives you a breakdown of its powers. So there's like offense control, which is your ability to like move things around on the board. There's a mechanic called fear, which we'll get into later. Defense represents your ability to protect the natives as well as the land from being damaged. And then utility is kind of like a grab bag of anything else that you can do. So you can compare like, Lightning Swift Strike is like super high on offense. Has very little defense, has some amount of fear. So you're really not going to know anything about how to pick. So I'd just say, like, pick one that you think looks cool.
All right. Man, this person's utility. Thunderspeak looks the coolest, I think, but her utility is so low. She's got high control, though. Maybe I'll pick her anyways. She's moderate, though. Let's go with an easy person.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, let's go with an easy person here. Maybe let's do this rock dude. Vital strength of the earth. Rock dude. He's got high defense.
All right, and I'll pick River Surges of Sunlight.
Now I assume this is, it's down here. Okay.
Okay. All right, so then the game has a bunch of difficulty levels and scenarios that you can play, but we're going to just play with like the very easiest setting that the game has, and you'll find it's actually not that easy. so,
All
um,
right.
so I'm going to just start the set up the board.
And so in the actual board game, these little tiles are random, and you actually have little tiles you fit together, right?
Yeah, like
Map pieces or
yeah,
like
that's right.
puzzle pieces.
Yeah, that's right. Okay, so let's take a look at the board. So you'll see that there are some different colored regions. This is the ocean. The light blue colored territories are called wetlands. The green colored territories are called jungle, and the brown one is sands, and then the gray one is mountains. So like
All right.
both boards have different arrangements of those colors, but they have the same number of each type of land. You also notice that there are little wooden pieces. These are the day hands. So these are where the natives are.
All right.
And here's a city, this plastic city thing. So there's cities, and you also see that there's a town over here. So if you mouse over it, it'll tell you, the one that has the 3 buildings on it is the city, and the one with the 2 buildings on it is the town.
All
They're
right.
all There are also going to be explorers, and explorer looks like what I just dragged out there. This little conquistador-looking guy is an explorer. Um, One of the kind of neat things in the physical game is like all of the native stuff is all like made out of wood. So like all of our tokens are going to be made out of wood. The day hands are made out of wood, and all of the invaders are made out of plastic. It's all plastic versus wood.
Right.
Um,
Plastic versus nature.
Yeah. So there's a couple of what are called blight tokens. So these represent uh, damage that the land has taken already. So it doesn't exactly tell you like what happened, but like maybe they went and threw like their snack wrappers on the ground out there and ruined the land. Um, and so
It isn't smallpox.
it could be whatever you want it to be, right? Like. Uh, okay, so let's come down and look at our spirits here for a second. So I'm going to do something to make it so you can flip your board over, and we're going to like hold on. Can I do this? Yeah, we're going to just move these pieces out of the way. Why are you being that way? Oh, I see. We're just going to move those pieces out of the way. Okay, so so each of your characters has a setup that you have to follow.
All right.
So for you, it says put 3, and it's these 3 presence tokens that are listed up above. Those are the ones that it says. So put 3. Those are called presence tokens on your starting board. 2 in the highest numbered mountain, and 1 in the highest numbered jungle. So either one of us can pick either one of the 2 boards that's there as our starting board, but we have to start on different boards from each other. So you should just pick a board and put 2 of your tokens in the highest numbered mountain, and
And
then
which
put
ones were the mountains were the gray ones?
yeah,
And
and
so
then
like when you're saying highest number, like this one has the 6,
yeah,
and there's people here though. Does that matter?
no.
Okay, so I get options, and there's another 6 here. Is there a benefit to me being with people?
I think maybe let's have you start on the upper board.
All
So
right.
you just grab 2 of your presence tokens and drop them on the highest numbered mountain, and then you just stack them on top of each other.
And then one on highest number jungle, eh?
Which would be
Jungle
this,
is the that's a 2.
oh, sorry.
Oh, is it lowest number jungle?
No, that's highest. I just can't read. So yeah, it's this jungle
This
right
is
now.
this is an 8 down here.
Yeah, but that's not on the same board. It's got to be on the same board.
What do you mean?
So there's actually 2 boards. If you'll look carefully, you'll see there's a little seam.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there's actually 2 boards here. So the highest number jungle on your board is where I put that arrow.
All right.
Well, you could drop arrows by pressing tab. If you want to.
It so you're gonna put your guys on this southern board here.
Yeah. So mine says put 1 on my starting board in the highest numbered wetland, which would be this location.
So you only get 1 though.
I only get 1.
All right.
Okay, so you'll notice, by the way, that when we put the 2 tokens together, they fused together to make a special thing. This is
Yeah.
called a holy site. There'll be certain things that you'll need to know later on that are based upon holy sites, but if you have 2 presents in the same location, that's called a holy site. Okay?
All right.
All right. So we're gonna flip. I'm gonna flip our board back over again here, and we need to take our tokens and put them back.
Here, I can put mine back.
Yep.
And I'm assuming we're leaving the first slot open.
Yeah.
What else does it say on here? Once this turn, target spirit may repeat 1 power card with the energy cost of 1 less. All right, well, we'll look at that later.
Okay.
Earth's vitality. Defend 3 in every land. Oh, you're done. All right.
Okay, so at the start of every game, the natives, they have started to explore the island. So what I'm going to do is there's a deck here, which is titled Explore, and we're
The
gonna
natives
draw
or the invaders?
the invaders. Yeah.
Ah.
So I'm going to flip over that card, which says W on it, which means wetland. And I'm going to come over here and I'm going to put a explorer on every wetland.
It's a lot.
So this represents, like, they send out their scouts, and this is where they're going to build in the next turn if we don't do anything to stop them.
Gotcha.
So the natives always do this. They always first explore something, and then they build, and then they will ravage that area. So that's when they come through and like slash and burn or leave their Kit Kat wrappers everywhere. And so it's always in that cycle.
We want to kill these people.
We want to kill them. Yep.
All right. Okay. I'm ready to kill them.
All right. So rather than like explaining a bunch more mechanics, what I would have us do is just play through a turn together.
Yeah.
So there's like a fixed order. I don't know if you have this control on the top right hand side. Do you have a thing that says turn order?
I do.
So if you click that, it should pop up a little like guide for you that can just remind you what the turn order is. All right. So go ahead.
So are we on the spirit phase?
That's right.
Okay.
Yeah, so there's 3 things that we are going to do during the spirit phase. So the first thing you're going to do is called growth. So if you look on your board, you'll see that there is a section at the very top titled growth. It says growth, pick 1. And there's actually 3 options. 1, 2, 3. So you get to pick one of those 3 options. Okay?
All right.
So the first option there, what this means, what reclaim cards means is like as you play, you have like these 4 powers that are in your hand there at the bottom. So you'll play those out, and reclaim cards is how you get them back in your hand. Okay.
Are these randomly assigned, these cards?
So those are fixed based upon your spirit.
Okay.
So like the first option, you're not going to want to start off with that because you're going to want to play your cards so you like run out of cards, and then you'll reclaim them to get them all back.
Is this game timed? Is there a time limit on turns? Okay.
No time limit. The second option is says Gainey power card. So what this is going to do is there's like a deck of minor powers or major powers, and this is how you would gain a new power. So you would actually end up adding a new card to your hand
And
that you could then play.
are they as good as these cards, or are they shittier?
So all the cards you have are like considered minor power cards. So,
Okay, they're
so
equal.
they're equal, yeah.
All right.
And what that next thing that you see there, this little cryptic symbol there, what that means is that it says take one of the presence tokens. So you're going to take one of these tokens from your board and you're going to put it out on the map. And what the 0 arrow means is that it has to be 0 spaces away from a place you already have presence.
Okay.
So just a complicated way of saying is like you can add a presence to a place you already have presence at, but you can't like expand out on the board using that middle option.
So I could do that and make this what was this, wetland forest? Yeah, holy spot.
You can make a jungle into a holy spot. Yeah.
Can I put 3 on one?
You can put 3. Very rare that you'd want to do that because it doesn't give you anything special compared to having 2. Okay, and then the third option is add a presence, and it can be up to 1 away from a location that you already have presence. And it doesn't have to be 1; it could be 0 as well. Like it has to be no more than 1.
All right.
And then it also says gain energy. So this little calculator thingy you have over here that you can like click up and down on. This is how you'll keep track of how much energy you have. And energy is used to pay costs for your cards. It's kind of like mana if you play Magic the Gathering.
Yep. Okay. So that's this number in the upper left.
That's right. Exactly. So you have some pretty expensive cards to play. So I would encourage you to pick that third option for your first turn.
And
there's a certain amount of energy you're going to get per turn as well.
Okay.
So you get 2 per turn. And by the way, when it says add a presence, you get to uncover one of those. And so now you get 3 per turn. You always get whatever's like the rightmost uncovered token.
And they go up as these go up. So
That's right.
Okay, just making sure they aren't like some random number underneath there.
And if you actually look underneath, it shows you a little number. That's actually the number that's
okay. Gotcha.
So initially you can play 1 card per turn, and then eventually you'll be able to play 2 cards per turn, 3, or even 4.
So how do I get these lower yellow ones off here?
Every time you play a presence, you pick one of the 2 tracks to take.
Oh, okay.
So
all right.
So you have to decide whether you want to increase your energy gain or you want to increase your card play gain.
And I start at 1 card, and I need 3 energy to even. And this, so the energy, it doesn't like reset every turn. I can keep.
Okay. It's like a bank. Yeah, it accrues.
All right. So I am gonna pick this one. Or did you go? Do you go first?
So everything in this game is simultaneous. There's no.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So if you want to do that, like you pick one of the presences from one of your tracks, and you just go up to the board and you drop it on a space that you want to expand to.
So I can expand into this town area. Is there a benefit for doing that?
So, so your powers are always going to be based upon some range away from where you have presence. So why don't you set your token back on your board for a second? Let's talk about ranges.
All right. It is back.
So if you look at your power cards in your hand, you'll see. Let's go through and kind of read what these mean.
All right.
So there's a stat called speed. The speeds are either fast or slow. So the bird is fast and the turtle is slow. So we'll get into a little bit later about what those mean, but you should know that some abilities are fast and some are slow. And then abilities have a range. And so the way you would read this first card is that it's 1 distance away from a location that you have a holy site. That's what the two stacked circles with the flare coming out from it. That's the holy site symbol.
So the holy site looks like half these cards are that way. So holy sites are going to be really important for me.
That's right. So a year of perfect stillness, it says range 1. That is 1 from anywhere you have presence. So look, that card, this card, and this card don't depend upon you having holy sites, but the
Yep.
other 2 cards do.
All right. So
So yeah, go ahead.
what is this symbol on the first card? It says remove 1, and it's like
Yeah,
a.
that's a blight. So
Oh, okay.
that means basically you could clean up all the Kit Kat wrappers that they threw around. And defend 4, what that means is like whenever the invaders are at their ravage step, which they're not going to do this turn, then defend is a way of you stopping them from ravaging.
So real quick, I can go into your land and help you, and vice versa,
That's
right?
right. Mm-hmm.
Okay, just making sure. And all right,
So
so
like you could either choose to put your presence on top of that jungle and make another holy site, or you could choose to like expand out further just to give yourself more range to like influence the board more. One thing you should notice is like these 2 wetlands, those are out of your range. Like you can't do anything about
gotcha.
those
Yeah. So, but I could put something in this.
in the
How'd you
mountain.
do that? That in that one, and then I would have range to either one of those.
That's right.
Okay, and then for these cards, let's look at these cards again. You said, so what is the difference between the slow and the fast?
So if you look in the bottom right hand side where the turn order is listed out, it'll show you there's a thing called the fast power phase and then the
Yep.
invader phase. So the invaders take their turns and then the slow powers happen.
Okay. And so I picked this thing where I get two power, and I play. So should I add this power here?
Yep. Yeah. And then just
And
take your presence token, put it out on the board where you want to put it.
so next turn though, these invaders turn into like villages or some shit.
Yeah, they're going to build villages during this turn's invader phase.
And I noticed one of these cards said gathers up to 2. What does it say? That's easier to read on this bigger one
Yeah,
down
so
here.
that symbol there, those are the explorers, and then the little huts are the natives.
So when it says gather, what does that mean? Does it drags them to that
Yeah,
location?
you basically can pull guys in from adjacent territories.
And how do I kill the invaders?
Yeah, so you could use an ability that does damage. For example, like Rituals of Destruction, it says it does 2 damage. So every explorer has 1 hit point. Every town has 2 hit points, and cities have 3 hit points.
All right, but this requires that it has 3 little people in it, or 3
Well,
huts.
it has a kicker actually. So it says it here where it says target land hut. That means that you have to target on a place that has at least one day hand, but it has this kicker that says if it has at least three day hands, then you get to add the extra 3 damage and 2 fear.
Okay, so how do I get more huts? How do I day hands?
Yeah, so there's no way to actually create more huts out of the moves that we have, but you can use Draw of the Fruitful Earth to gather them. So, for
Okay,
example,
all right.
yeah, so you could like use one card to like pull the natives together into one place, and then on the next turn, you could use Rituals of Destruction to like rain hell down on
Gotcha.
the bad guys.
So for my first turn, the only thing I can play is this draw of Fruitful Earth, which isn't really that useful or even possible right now for me. So can I just skip that
No,
step?
no, no, no. You could play more than that.
I only have 2.
Yeah, but you're not counting the income that you're getting from. So as soon as you place that presence down, you'll get 3 more energy.
Oh, okay. So I get that the minute I put this down,
Yeah.
I can play that. All right. So I'm tempted to put it on this blight area.
Yeah, that's a good move.
Okay. All
Okay,
right.
so now you've done your growth. So then you do the next thing it says, and in the corner, which is gain energy. So you'd gain your, and to do it, it actually automates it. You can just click where it says gain.
Oh, okay.
And then, so the choose powers, this is where you would then pick the one card out of your hand because you have one card play. And you need to make sure that, that it's in range, and you need to make sure that it has a valid target. And then you have to think about the speed of the action, which we're going to just play, just assume we're going to lose this first game, okay? Like, don't worry about it, right? Like,
Okay.
the point of this is just to get some understanding of the mechanics, and then the next time we play it, we'll start over, and I think you'll understand the strategy a lot more the second time, okay?
So if I do 2 damage to this town, does that destroy it?
It would, yes.
So, and that is a slow speed though. So that's not going to go until the.
So they'll build after.
Do they build? Does a town grow to a city?
Yeah. So when they build, what happens is that they're only going to build in wetlands because that's what the wetlands card is, the one that's up. So they don't just build everywhere. They only build
Okay.
wherever the terrain type is that's listed in this. And after, the next turn, wetlands will move over into the Ravage, and a new card will fill into the build slot.
All right. So I can destroy this town.
Well, except the card says you have to.
Oh, right. It has to have a.
Have an Indian, or I call them Indians sometimes. I'm sorry, it's probably not the most PC thing, but yeah, you have to have a native there.
Okay. All right. So I can't do that. Or no, I can't do that. So the range 1. Remove 1. Well, I can remove 1 now that I have a token here.
Except this has to be one away from a holy
Oh,
site.
holy site.
Yeah. So, like using Draw of the Fruitful Earth to set yourself up so that you could do a ritual of destruction in the next turn wouldn't necessarily be a bad move.
And that would draw. So where it just takes the 2 from where my holy site is and puts them there.
So let's say for example, so what it says is it has to be one away from a holy site, and it has to be a place that has day hand. So you would pick, the things that are one away from a holy site are here, here, and here.
Right.
Right. So you could like target this terrain, and when it says gather, what it means is it says you can pull in, day hands from anywhere that's adjacent.
Okay, I get to pick where I'm pulling the day hands from.
Yeah.
All right. So that's actually, I think what I'm going to do is go after this town here. It's only 1 point. It's a slow one though, and I only can play 1 card though. Let me double check. Invader skips all actions in this turn. So that would be the other one. I could make one of these guys skip a turn. Right? And when it says skip a turn, so that would stop this guy from
stop them
growing.
from building. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Let's prepare for this other thing. Let's prepare for taking this town out.
Okay, so what you'll do is put the card in front of your spirit board. Don't, not there. Put it right there.
Let me put it there.
Yeah. So the thing that's neat about the automation is you see how it actually has an energy cost listed there.
Yep.
If you had several cards, like, go ahead and put a second card out there just to see how it works.
It will add it. Yep.
Yeah. And then you would click pay, and it would subtract the cost from it.
Man, the last time I played Tabletop Simulator, it was much more clunky than this. Like, even moving to look at the board was much more clunky. I don't know what changed. It was a couple years ago.
5 years of development or however long.
Yeah. All right, so I'm done with my first move, which was 1 point.
Yeah.
And that's, it looks like choose powers is the last thing I do.
Yeah, so you could click pay.
All right.
And then you hit mouse over this ready token, hit F to flip. F is always flip in this. It just tells everyone that you're ready. So I still need to do my turn. So
All right.
I did my growth. So I took add presence at distance 1, and then I also my second part says also add 1 presence at distance 1. So I kind of expanded out twice,
Okay.
and then I hit gain, and then I can play 2 cards. So I have to think about what I want to do here.
So that's a great move for you. You can get your things up faster.
That's right.
So you also have a different card ability. You get more cards. You got a damaging card, which is fast. You got a slow push up to 3 somethings. 3 people. Oh, that pushes them away.
And then
Gain
River's
1
Bounty
energy.
actually breeds the day hands.
Oh, well, that's useful. That's 3. And so every time I start and I play this dude, Vital Strength of the Earth, I always get these same cards, right?
That's right. Yeah.
Okay. Until I start adding powers.
That's right. Okay, so pay one of the cheaper cards.
So what does your track look like? Oh, yours is like a much more playing cards track. Goes up quite quickly. Mine takes forever to get up there. And they can somehow probably get rid of my presence, right?
Yeah, whenever they blight, if you have presence in the same places where they're blighting, then you'll lose a presence too. All right. So one other thing I need to point out here is that there's some special rules that each of our spirits have. So the
All
first
right.
special rule you have is listed right here. It says Earth's Vitality. So you get a free defend 3 in every land where you have a holy site.
All right.
So that's that's something for you to remember is like you can use your holy sites to like build forts that you can protect the land from being ravaged by doing that. And then
Okay.
the second thing you have is you have this thing called an innate power, which is listed on your board here. And your innate power is called Gift of Strength. And so the way this works is you'll notice that all of your power cards have little elements on the side of them.
Yeah.
And um, you know, if you manage to get 1 sunlight, 2 mountain, and 2 nature elements out, then you get to use this first tier of your power. So it says once per turn, target spirit may repeat a power card with energy cost of 1 or less. So you basically can like dupe a card for a turn using that. Now, how do you get 1 sunlight, 2 earth, and 2 nature? Well, you can't do it when you're only playing 1 card per turn because um,
There's not enough. Yeah.
there's just not enough. You'll need to get to 2 card plays before you can actually start doing that. Now, for me, you'll notice that I actually did trigger the first tier of my powers, and my power is called Massive Flooding, and all it requires is 1 sunlight and 2 water, which I did hit those elements on the cards that I played.
All right.
So I would get to use that power. It basically counts as like an extra card. It's like a card. You use it like a power. Okay. All right. So I'm gonna flip So now it's going to move us to the fast power phase.
And so I didn't move any of these day hand anywhere.
Not all we have done so far is just picked our
Okay.
powers. Now we're actually going to be able to play some of them. Now, I don't think either one of us has any fast powers that we have. Like you have a turtle ability you used. All my abilities are turtles, and my innate power is also a turtle. So we don't get to do anything during the fast power phase.
All right. So mine's a speed one, but I didn't accomplish the things I needed. The elemental stuff I didn't do.
That's right.
Okay.
All right. So then we're going to go over to the Invader Phase. So the first thing in the Invader Phase is called Blighted Island. So if you look on over here on the left, there's a card that says Healthy Island, and it has 5 Blight tokens stacked on it. So as the land gets ruined, as they throw their Kit Kat wrappers around, we'll lose until it gets down to 0. And when it gets down to 0, then we have to flip the Healthy Island card over, and something bad is going to start to happen every turn at that point. So that it is in our best interest to try to keep from running out of Blight.
And how do we do that?
Well, one way is to stop them from ravaging, or you can play your card that removes Blight from the board and actually puts it back in the pool.
Gotcha.
Okay, so we don't have to do the first Blighted Island. There's nothing to do this turn because of that. Okay, so then the next thing they say is Fear. So if you look again on the left-hand side, you'll notice that there's like a stack of these floating cards that are titled Fear. So these are Fear cards, and in order to draw a Fear card, we have to gain 8 Fear. So if you look in the center, it says 8 Fear, and we've generated 0. As we generate Fear, we would like click this until it gets to 8, in which case we would earn one of those Fear cards.
All right, and we want Fear, right?
Fear is represents the invaders getting scared. And so each Fear card actually has generally some positive effect it does. For example, this first Fear card says each player removes 1 explorer from a coastal land.
Gotcha. And so
yeah, go ahead.
So as it goes up levels of Fear, it does more.
Yeah. So as we get down, after the first 3 Fear cards we play, then we'll be in Terror level 2, and then you can get the middle effect. And then after the next 3 Fear cards, you get to Terror level 3, and then the bottom fear thing applies. So Fear is something that cards generate. I think you have a card. Your Rituals of Destruction says it generates 2 Fear from the add-on effect to it.
That's only if I have three day hands there, though, right? Yeah.
Yeah. So the other thing that causes Fear is just killing towns and cities. So every town we kill is worth 1 Fear, and every city we kill is worth 2.
So there's a video game called This Land Is My Land. Have you heard of this video game?
No.
And I'm very tempted to buy it all the time. But basically, it's the same as this, but it's a first-person or third-person shooter.
Okay. All right. So then the next thing the Invader Phase says is Ravage. So we look at the slot where it says Ravage, and there's no card there, so no Ravage happens this turn. So then we go Build. So it says Build in the wetlands. So then what we do is we go in and we look at each wetlands, and if there's any invader at all, doesn't have to be an explorer, just anyone, we build. So the way this works is that it says, first off, try to build a town. If there's no town, you build a town. So we build a town there, we build a town there.
How are you moving those things over so easy?
There's a num keys that are. There's a guide that tells you what each num key does.
Oh.
If you close the turn order tool in the top right hand side.
Oh, there's core buttons now.
Click where, yeah, you see in the bottom right hand side, it shows you num 1 is explorer, num 2 is town.
Oh, yeah. All right.
So that's what I'm doing. And then in this location here, again, it tries to build a town, and so we'll build a town there. So if there's already a town and you have to build, then you build a city. For example, if there was another build that happened in like this wetland number 5, we would have to put a city there instead.
Gotcha.
And then if you build again, it goes back to town, and then it does a city again, and then a town. So like it just alternates back and forth between city and town until you lose. Okay.
All right.
All right.
So a town is built in all of these places,
That's right.
and even though there was 2 invaders here, there was an invader and a city. It only builds 1 town.
That's right.
Okay.
Okay, so then the last thing we do is called Explorer. So we flip over the Explorer and it says Mountains. So what we're going to do is we're going to go put an Explorer into every mountain tile.
All right. Okay, now I see what's going on.
Okay.
Yep.
All right, and then it says Advance the Invader card. So every card shifts over. So now you'll notice Wetlands are in the Ravage slot. So they're going to try to throw their Kit Kat wrappers on the ground now that they've built. And they're going to try to build now in the mountains. And so that's kind of like it's the circle of life.
So Blight in their own land is fine. They don't care about that.
They
They
don't
like
mind.
the Kit Kat
They
wrappers
like it. Yeah.
and the smallpox.
Yes.
Okay. So now we are in the slow power phase.
That's right. So now we can do our slow powers. So usually the way I do this is if you mouse over your card that you have, and if you press like Q or E, it'll rotate that card.
Okay.
And if you right now, yeah, you have yours set to rotate just a little bit. If you want to set it to rotate more, you'll notice at the top of your screen there's like a weightlifting guy, and next to him it says 15 degrees. If you click that 15, it'll become a higher number.
All right. So I made it 90.
Yeah, right. So I rotate the card to indicate that I used it, and then you pick which land you're going to apply that to. And what it says to do is to gather up to 2 explorers and gather up to 2 day hands.
That's and or it's and. Okay.
And,
So my original plan of attacking this town next turn isn't as good because they put in an explorer and he's gonna build here, right?
that's right.
Um,
And yeah, so you probably want to leave those day hands where they're at.
but I
for
could.
for example, if you gathered this explorer out of the mountain, he would not be there to build.
But couldn't I do the? As it says gather two, can I pull both of these guys out to here?
Yes.
And so then I could gather and do this attack next turn, anyways, or an attack on to them.
But you have to gather. You have to pick the land you're applying it to, and then you have to do both actions to the same land.
Oh. Well, that's not as cool. Okay.
So you could gather like those 2 guys into there, and also you could gather like
Two of those dudes.
2 day hands in there if you wanted.
But my attack only does 2 points, so I could only kill like their explorers.
Right.
Do their explorers move around on their own turn?
No.
So they only can move when I make a move?
Explorers don't. They only move when you make a move. Yes.
Okay. All right. So that's actually if having these guys all grouped up because next turn it's mountains. We don't. This guy was in mountains. Yeah.
Yeah. So getting
we don't
them
want
out,
them in mountain.
Yeah, getting them out of the mountains so that they don't build is a pretty good move.
All right. So let's do that. I'm gonna move. Or did you want to do your turn first?
It doesn't matter. Like
okay.
What you're doing it's not affecting me directly at this point.
And what happens if they build like let's say a town in where my holy site is? Does that affect my holy spirit?
It doesn't. So it'll when we get to the Ravage step, you'll see how it works.
Okay. So I'm gonna do actually what pretty much exactly. No, not pretty much. It is exactly what we talked about there. So I'm gonna move those two guys, and I'm gonna move my two day hands. All right. And what does yours do? What are you doing again? Push.
Yeah, so I have three powers to use. So the first one I have is my innate power. So because I have one sunlight and two water, I get to push an explorer or a town,
All right.
and I can do that at range 1 from a holy site.
You
Now,
don't have any holy sites.
so I actually do because my character has a special ability that says your single token in wetlands counts as a double token.
Oh, nice.
So I can actually do like that. Yeah, okay. So it's actually a holy site. So what I want to do is I am going to push this town into that jungle. And then the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to use River's Bounty.
Oh, I never turned mine.
River's Bounty lets me gather Dayhan. Gather. And then it says if there are now at least 2 Dayhans, add a Dayhan. I put a third Dayhan in there because they're breeding, and I gain an energy. And then the last thing I get to do is at range 1, I get to push up to 3 explorers or towns.
Push those guys right out of the mountains.
I am going to push this town into that jungle. Okay?
You don't want to push those guys out of the mountains?
I can only do so much. So you'll see why I did what I did here next turn.
All right.
All right. So that's the end of my turn. All right. So that's the end of that. That's one full phase. One full round of the game. So so I'll click the next turn button. Okay. So we're back at the beginning again. So you get to pick a growth.
Pick a growth. Yes. So I'm gonna do this.
So pick which one of the 3 options you're going with.
Yeah. Add 2 presents. Got 4 energy. So reclaim cards I don't really need to do. So let's plan that. Except that gaining 2 presents would actually get me to the point where I can actually play 2 cards at once. So where did that card go that I... Okay, this gather one. It's now down here. Does that mean I can't play it?
That's right. That's your discards.
I add a presence up to... Oh no, I can just add a presence 2 away. It's not get 2. Okay, so they all are just get 1 present. So that doesn't gain a card or add a presence 1 away and get 2 energy. What do we want to do here? Does a holy site help anything with blight?
No, doesn't affect blight. Except I think your thing that heals blight has to be off of a holy site.
Targets at least. All right, that's the damaging thing. Defend 4. Yes, it does have to be. Okay, so I am going to, but I can put that right. All right, I'm gonna do this one where I get a power card or
Okay.
gain a power card, and then I get one of these. So how do I get this?
So yeah, go ahead and put the presents out, and I'll show you how the power card thing works.
All right, I'm gonna make this a holy site here.
All right. So on the left-hand side of your screen, you'll see a button that says gain a major or gain a minor.
Yep.
You see that?
Yep.
Okay, so here's the difference. So major powers all cost between 3 and 8 points to play. They all have like very kick-ass abilities. You always have to give up one of your cards whenever you get a major, though. It actually takes one of your existing powers and you throw it away. So, you know, I wouldn't recommend that you go for a major, but that's what that is.
All right.
Minor abilities cost between 0 and 2, and they have abilities that are like of the same kind of power level as what you have right now. So probably you want to gain a minor. So you'd click the button that says gain a minor.
But I could pick major if I wanted.
You could, yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna do gain a minor.
Okay, so what it's done is above on your screen, you'll see that there are 4 cards that are laid out in front of you. So you're going to get to pick one of those 4.
Destroy 3. So I gotta gather up to or push. Gather up to 3. Push up to 3. Destroy 3. What is that? Is it a town?
Towns, yep.
1 damage to each town,
Or city.
but then it adds blight. If a target land has your
Presence.
1 what is that?
Fear.
Defense? Fear.
Fear.
Oh, so we want fear to go up. 1 damage. So the only thing 1 damage though that can be killed, that only kills explorers.
Yeah, but it also
Oh, and like
says
accepted. Yeah, we got some.
if it's sand or wetlands, it does another damage.
And what do we got up here? So it looks to me this is sand. Sand. Where's the wetlands? And the wetlands are pretty overrun with invaders. So both those are overrun with invaders. So that one's.
And you can
That would
also
be.
look at you also have to look at the elements that the cards provide you as well, and see
All
those
right, to try
elements that help you.
to get
So
to my bonuses here.
yeah, so the ones that you care about most are sunlight, mountain, and nature.
And what is this gift of consistency? Target spirit gains 2 energy. At end of turn, target spirit may reclaim 1 power card instead of discarding it. If you target another spirit, you can also reclaim 1 power card instead of discarding it.
So this is not a bad card to have once you're going to need to get more than 1 card play per turn to use it, because it in of itself doesn't do anything. All it does is it makes energy, and instead of you throwing your card out at the end of the round, it lets you reclaim it, which means you get to put it back in your hand.
Oh, I gotcha. I think I might take this damage. Well, what is this one? So when it says it destroys 3 towns, it doesn't actually destroy 3 towns. It does 3.
It does actually destroy 3 towns.
So that seems really powerful. What is the drawback?
The drawback is it makes blight.
Okay.
Which is a limited resource.
Oh, right. If blight gets down to 5, if we get out of 5 blight, then okay. So I think I'm gonna go for this other. It doesn't really have. Well, I guess it has 2 of the. No, it has only 1 of the things I want.
Yeah. So either drought or pull beneath the hungry earth would be reasonable plays. Like the drought is not that bad because you have a card that lets you heal blight. But yeah, like I'll be honest with you, I've never played with cards that add blight because I'm always so afraid of it. But that doesn't mean it's not a. I mean, there may be a way of making it work. Not something I've done before.
I'm gonna do this one since the sand and the wetlands are so overrun right now.
Yeah. So the other 3 cards were just thrown into a discard pile. So I'm also gonna be gaining a power here. So I clicked the button. You can see that there's four different powers showed up for me. So those are all from like a random deck that is shared across all the.
Oh, okay. It's shared. All right.
So every time you play, you would get different things. And elements that I care most about are sunlight, water, and mountains, but mostly sunlight and water. So, no sunlight available.
So I should mark myself as ready too, right?
If you you need to pick your power still. All you've done is the growth part.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
So you still need to do the gain energy part. So you click gain. Oh, you need to put your presence out too. Did you do that?
I did. I put it out here
Okay.
to make that into a holy.
Okay. Right. So then you can still play one card out of your hand.
All right. So I'm gonna look at that while you're doing your thing. And if a target has fear and 1 damage and 2 damage. And 2 damage if the target land has at least 3 plus 3 and 2 fear. I don't have that. And Vader skips all turns in the target land. I mean, I could skip all of their turn, but I don't think that matters.
Skipping
Don't
turns
think.
will stop a ravage, which is a nice thing. So like
So that's good.
you could use that to stop them from damaging in that wetland.
And so what happens when they ravage? That's just going to get blight there.
Yeah, so we'll lose one of the 5 blight that we have in store, and also if there were day hands there, they would kill them. And if there's already a blight that's there, then the blight actually starts spreading. So there's like a chain reaction that can happen. So getting 2 blights in the same place is really bad. But,
Okay.
just 1 blight is not that bad.
So what does the defend 4 do for me again?
It will stop them from doing 4 points of damage.
Okay,
So
but they can't.
Yeah, explorers do 1 damage per explorer. Towns do 2. Cities do 3.
It isn't really. This blight isn't going to expand on its own, though, right?
No.
Okay. So I didn't need to take that out yet. I think I'm just going to attack them. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. And I'm going to put this up here. And then next turn. Yeah, next turn I'll be able to do 2. Yeah, I'll be able to do 2 plays next turn.
So make sure you hit pay when you are ready. And then flip over your thing.
How do I flip over my thing? Control?
F.
F. All right.
So now we do the fast power phase. So
All right.
I do have I have fast powers this time. So the
1 second. It's going to play an ad, so let's take a quick break here. And I'll be back in less than 5 minutes. Basically, it's going to play. Oh, let me reset my timer. An hour has passed. I don't feel like it's been an hour, but an hour has passed. I'm going to get something to drink, too. So I'll be right back. Less than 5 minutes. All right, I am back. Let me turn off this thing. And there we go.
Okay. So, yeah, so I went ahead and played with my first card. All it did was gave myself 1 energy. And then the second card is Flash Flood. So it says do 1 damage at range 1. And if target land is coastal, then it's 2 damage. So I'm going to
All
use
right.
it as a fast action to snipe out one of these explorers.
Okay.
And because it's fast, I can do it before he gets to build. You see?
Yep.
Okay. And then, so that's it for fast actions for us. So then we go into the Invader Phase. So no Blighted Island. We don't have any fear. We go to Ravage. And they're going to Ravage in wetlands. So let's go through the wetlands one at a time and see what happens. So first thing is let's do this one.
All right.
So the way you do this is you count up the amount of total damage. So that's
Uh-oh.
so it's 3 damage total, right? And if it's 2 or more, then they actually blight. So like you can
Oh,
always
okay.
have like 1 damage. They just throw 1 Kit Kat wrapper. Like nature can take care of that. It'll no problem. It's when you get to 2 Kit Kat wrappers that the problem really starts to get bad.
All right.
So we have 3 damage here. So that's going to cause a blight. So I'll put a blight out there.
You know, it just dawned on me. You could play this game by yourself.
It is. You could actually play multiple characters by yourself as well.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So then, okay, let's come over here. So here now, so they only did 1 damage. So that's not enough to actually cause a blight. And whenever they do damage, they do 1 damage to the day hands if they're there, and they also do 1 damage to the land. So the day hands also have 2 hit points. So this explorer only did 1 damage to that day hand.
Do the day hands ever heal their damage?
Everything heals at the end of the turn. So
Great.
that day hand took 1 damage. The land took 1 damage, and that's not enough to kill anything. But then the day hands, if they survive, they attack back, and
Oh,
the day hand does 2 damage. So that
great.
is going to kill that explorer. So that's the reason why I set that up that way. Okay, then let's go down to this one. What you tell me what's going to happen.
So it's gonna do. He's gonna do 1 damage to the land, but he did not enough, and then he's gonna do 1 damage to a day hand, but a day hand's gonna attack back there.
How much damage?
And
And the damage day hand do 6 back. Doesn't
6,
matter.
yes.
Yeah, so it
Wow.
doesn't matter, but that's enough to kill him.
He's gone.
Okay,
And why
then
did you flip it over? Just to
that's
show that it's damage.
yeah. Now tell me what's going to happen here.
This is gonna be a bloodbath. So this does 2, 5, 6 damage. So do we get 1 blight or 2?
You get 1. No, you can't get 2.
Okay.
So they're going to kill that day hand.
Does it
He's
get to
dead.
attack back?
Nope.
Okay.
And then we put a blight out.
Well, we gotta kill these people.
Okay. All right. So
We gotta put these explorers to the sword.
So as you can see, we only have 3 blight tokens left now on the main blight thingy. So that's what's scary. All right. So we've done the ravage on wetlands. So now we're going to build in the mountains. We go through the mountains, and there's only 1 mountain that actually we didn't deal with. It's the one down by me.
Yeah.
So he'll build a town. That's it. And then we are going to explore into jungle.
And that's gonna put a dude in every jungle?
Yeah.
Man.
Okay. All right. So now we do slow powers. So you have 1 and I have 1.
Alright, so for my slow power, it's gonna do 2 damage because it's on a sand thing. That is sand, right? Yes. So I'm gonna get 1 Oh wait, did I do that wrong? It doesn't. I don't have a presence there.
Yeah, but it says it's range 1 on your ability, so you can do it 1 away from anywhere you
Okay.
have presence.
If your target land has, is that presence though?
Mm-hmm.
Uh, can you move your hand a little bit? There you go. Sorry. But so if target land has presence, which I don't have there, it doesn't do.
That's right. Yeah,
So it's only going to do 1 damage.
that's right.
Oh, okay. So I misunderstood how that worked. So that was not as. I would have played that other card then, probably. Okay, it's okay. So I can kill one of these explorers,
That's right.
and let's take him off of there.
Yeah. Okay. All right, and then I have my innate power that I hit the threshold on, so I can push. You get to push a town or innate. And so I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to push this town into that wetland.
Might as well just have them all piled up if they max out their amount of things they can do.
Okay. All right. So I think that's the end of the turn.
All right. So now I gotta pick one of these things again. Add 1 presence or. So what was this other card? Where is it growing again? It is their Ravaging Mountains, building on jungle. But we don't know what they explore next. Building on jungle. Wow, they have a lot. So you put one of yours in one of my areas. Does
Mm-hmm.
that help me at all?
No, just I can target stuff on your side of the board now.
Gotcha. Are they doing again? We have build here, so that's just gonna keep growing, which nothing we can do about that. But there's nothing there. Well, they're gonna blight that. And I could. Add 1 there, gain a power or gain energy. I don't need energy at all. But I do need to expand a little bit. Oh, there's a dude here. You said that I get a defend 3 in every land. So when you defend, do they strike back for 3 points, or they just can take 3 points?
It just blocks the first X amount of damage.
Okay. Um, okay, so I need to play this other one. I'm going to add 1 presence, but I need to put this away. I believe I want it to be in this blighted area. They can't get rid of my presence ever, right?
If it gets blighted, then you'll lose a presence.
But it's already blighted.
Yeah, it could get blighted again.
So maybe I don't want to put it there.
I mean, there's valid reasons why you want to be. There are cards that have range 0, so you have to have your presence.
That's what I'm gonna. Well, that one has a range 1, I guess. Yeah, I don't need to do that. Let's turn this guy. Actually, let's do this. So I don't want to really. So I'm going to gain a power. I'm going to add a presence on top of this dude here. And that I need to gain. I don't know if it did the math right. Did it give me the 3? I don't know. I wasn't paying attention. So how do I get my card now? Again?
Oh, you click on the left-hand side, gain a minor or gain a major.
Oh, yeah. So I have to replace one if I go with a major. What do we got here? I don't think I want to replace anything just yet. Just yet. Destroy one. What is this symbol? That must be an explorer.
Yeah.
Push one. Gather. Defend. Jungle or range of 2. Speed fast. Target land is a jungle or a defense of 4. So what are they doing on the jungle this turn? They're building. Does that stop them from building?
No, only ravaging.
Okay. If you have 3 of... So it says if I have 3 steam vents. Is that what those are? Mountains. Um, so that means if I'm playing 3 mountain cards, that does this extra damage?
Yep.
Okay. And what am I trying to gather here? I need to have sunlight, mountain, or jungle. So these two, this one would be the prime. Well, this one too. These two would be the prime options. Defend if the target, and these are both swift, gather 1 or gather up to 2. What do I need to have? One of these, if you have 3. Okay, we're going to do this gather one, I think. Pick power. Okay. So I growth, I gain my energy and then choose powers. I gotta pick what power I'm using, right? Is my final.
So are you done picking? You picked your power?
Yeah, I already picked it. I swear those disappeared last time on their own, or did you take them away?
It didn't do what it's supposed to do automatically. I don't know why. Maybe because I also was gaining a power at the same time. I didn't like that.
It's possible. So now I need to play something, and I can play 2 now because I opened this thing up.
Yep. So you can actually get your first tier power now if you play the right cards. So you need to pick. If you're going to do that, you would have to pick. Both cards have to have mountain and leaf.
2 damage.
At least one of them needs to have sun also.
So does this stay open forever?
No.
It's just that turn that so I don't want to play the Rituals of Destruction yet because I don't have the 3 people over there. I can get rid of the Blight. These are swift.
I mean, you could do... Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I can't. I would have to play. I would have to play these 2.
That's right. Yep.
And I don't want to play the Rituals of Destruction yet. Unless, I guess I could gather? No. Yes, I could gather 1 over there. Oh, it's a 0 though. Two damage. If target has... Yeah, I don't want to do that one yet. So I need to get presence over here. Well, they're going to attack. Not on this... What turn is it? Okay, it doesn't say when they're going to do that. So we're okay. for a little bit, but I do need to get presence there. All right, so I'm going to get rid of this when I play this one. We'll get rid of one blight. From there, because we need to get that back up, right? I mean, it doesn't. We still got 3, but... And then... It's a 0. Skips all actions. It's 1 away. What are they doing? In mountains, they're ravaging, and in jungle. So what's going to happen when they build in this jungle over
Yeah.
here?
They'll build another town.
So I can make them skip that.
Yeah, I would hold on to that card for next turn if I were you.
What is this thing?
Because actually being able to stop them using, they're gonna ravage in jungle. You could use that card to just shut all of that down.
Oh, you're saying ravaging is better than building, or worse than building?
Yeah.
What are they doing in mountains? Nothing, because we got them out of the mountains. Well, I guess I don't have to play both things. Or 2 cards. So this says, I'm assuming this means that you can't be where there's there's blight.
I think that choosing Enticing Splendor and pulling some day hands into the jungle to help you fight there would be a good move.
But I have 4 defense here.
That's right, but you want the day hands to actually kill them.
Oh, except so I want to move. I need this to move a guy here to this one.
If you want to set that up, yeah, you'd have to use Enticing Splendor to set that up.
Yep. So I need that one for that turn. So I need to put presence there on my next turn, and then move that there.
Yeah, Enticing Splendor is actually fast, so you could actually play that and Rituals of Destruction this turn if you wanted.
I don't have the presence here to Enticing Splendor to move it there.
Yeah, it's range 0 even.
Yeah.
So you could Enticing Splendor to pull day hands into this space.
So if on my next turn, if I use this thing where I reclaim my cards, can I play those cards on the same turn that I reclaim them?
Yep.
Okay, so let's think about that. I could actually just do that next turn. I still get a presence thing. I can put my presence 2. So damage 2. I could actually kill that guy off there. Invader skip all turns.
So yeah, if you pull 2 day hand into that jungle, then when they ravage the next turn, the day hand will kill off and your defend will block all the damage that the invaders do.
Yeah, I could just kill him though instead.
But you could kill something else instead, is my point. Like using the day hands to kill things is a very efficient way of doing damage.
I can't. I only can play 1 more card.
So I'm suggesting you play Enticing Splendor.
So let's take this off of here first, though. Right? This thing's gone.
Nope. We don't. Not until we play them.
Oh, right. So, and this is no, it's a fast one. Okay. So why do you think moving 1 here is better than just killing the guy? Because it's Enticing Splendor's free?
How are you going to kill that guy?
With this Ritual of Destruction.
Yeah, but that's a slow card, right? So he's going to get a chance to build before you do that.
Okay. All right. Now I understand. All right. Yeah, that's what I'll do is I'll play this one to bring that guy over here. And then I'm going to pay, right?
Mm-hmm. flip your
And
ready.
there we go.
Right. Okay, so now we do fast powers. So
So this,
you can, yeah, so you can remove that.
I put it back here, right?
Mhm.
And then now it has 4 defend.
Yeah, it doesn't. That part won't matter this turn because they're not ravaging in mountains. But if they were, then we'd have to do something with that
Oh, okay. So that defend only stays there for 1
for
turn.
1 turn. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
and then you can do your enticing splendor.
Gather 1 or gather up to 2.
So what I think you should do is to take those 2 day hands that are up in the sand and bring them down into that jungle.
But why both of them?
Well, because you need remember, this guy's going to build this turn, right? So he's going to have him and a town. So that's 3 hit points.
Oh,
So you need to have two day hands there to kill him off.
okay. Oops. All right.
So that's it for all the fast powers you got. All right, so now we do the Invader Phase. So no Blight, no Fear. They're going to ravage in the mountains. So there's only 1 dude in the mountains, and he only does 1 damage. So that's not enough ravagers to do anything. So then they're going to build in the jungle. So down here, we're going to get a city. Here, we get a town. Here, we get a town. And here, we get a town. And then they're going to explore into the mountains again.
I like those mountains.
So now we do slow powers. So I've got Uncanny Melting, which I'm going to target this wetland. It says if invaders are present, add a fear. So that's the first fear we've made this game.
Finally.
And then it says if target land is a sand or wetlands, remove a blight. Then second card, mountains, huh? And then my innate power, I get 1 more push. All right. That's the end of the game, end of the round. So we have a new growth phase again.
All right. I am going to reclaim my cards. So how do I do that? Reclaim all?
That's right.
Nothing happened. Let's try it again. There we go. I long clicked it. I think it didn't like that. And then I'm going to put a presence down on this one. Actually, let me look at my cards again. I have a presence, sand, or that. Yeah, we need it to be here. So just a just a double check. Definitely needs to be there. And gain energy. I should get 3 energy, so I'm gonna click gain. And then I have a whole shit ton of cards here. Play 2 of them. Yeah, that, oh no, I still can do this. Okay, is this a fast card or a slow card? This is a fast card. So I can gather.
As you can
Yep.
see, this game with 4 players gets pretty nuts, just because there's 4 boards and like it's just a lot going on. Like,
Oh yeah. It's interesting that the turns are simultaneous. So that's kind of nice to speed up things once everyone knows what they're doing, you know.
mhm.
I need what? 2, whoops. 2, um, up to 2. What does this give me? What does my special do? Once this turn, may repeat 1 power card with energy cost of 1 or less. Well, that doesn't.
You can also make it on me. You can make one of my power cards repeat.
Oh, really? That isn't that useful for this. For my particular plan, 2 damage is at least 3. All right, so let's play this Enticing Splendor, because we need that to go first. So that's a fast one, and then
Yeah. Remember, that's a range 0 card.
yep.
Okay.
That was why I put this presence here.
Okay.
And then we're going to do Ritual of Destruction. And that's a slow one. And that should allow this to do some destructing on these guys.
Yep.
All right, so I'm going to pay. I chose my powers, so I'm going to pay. There we go. And I think I'm done, right? Pretty sure.
Okay. All right. Time for some fast powers.
So I'm going to gather 1 over to here. I'll move this over here. And then I'm going to do 5 damage and 2 fear.
That's slow, though. You can't do that.
Oh, right. That's the slow one.
As a fast move, I'm going to do Flash Floods. And it says do 1 damage and plus 1 damage if it's coastal. And I'm going to wash away one of these towns. So that's a fear that gets made for killing that town.
And so the coastal towns are only the ones with these water tiles next to them.
Yep.
Why does this one have an X on it and yours doesn't?
That's just, it's saying you can't put board D next to this board.
Oh, gotcha.
So this is board F and the other board is board A. Some boards are not compatible with the other board. Okay, so that's it for fast. So now we're going to do the Invader Phase. So no Blight, no Fear. Ravage is going to happen in Jungle. So we're going to do on my board, this is Blight down here. Here, you tell me what happens.
Do you have that bonus 4 thing? You don't have that. That's a special ability I have.
No.
So he's gonna do 2 points of damage, but he can't do anything. So the guys are.
He does 1 damage.
Oh, he does 1. So he's gonna do 1, but that's not gonna. Well, it's gonna hurt one of your towns, and then you're gonna kill him off.
That's right. Yeah. Okay, and then you tell me what happens up here.
So here I have 4 defense from this.
Yeah, and how much damage do they do?
So that he's gonna do 3, right?
Yeah, so you block all the damage.
And then these guys counterattack.
Yeah, and they do 4 damage total. So
So
you
that should get
kill.
rid of everybody.
Yeah, and then you make a fear for killing the town.
Oh, you get a fear every time you kill a town.
Yeah.
Great. Let's make that happen. What are we up to? 3.
Yeah. So you see, like that with that defend, you basically use the day hands to wipe out that whole colony. And
Yep.
then over here we're gonna get a blight.
I'm gonna wipe out these guys too this turn.
Okay. All right. So then they're going to explore into the wetlands.
Wetlands. Were
This
they
is-
there earlier?
So this is something we need to worry about because if they blight that again, it'll explode.
Explode.
Yeah. So if you have to put a blight somewhere there's already a blight, you put a blight, and then you have to put one more blight into an adjacent territory.
Oh.
So
In every adjacent territory.
Not every one, just one. Just one adjacent territory.
Do we get to pick which one?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
But it's like the smallpox spreads.
Yep.
Okay, so now we do slow actions.
All right. So that's where I'm gonna do the 5 damage and 2 fear to these guys. So they're gonna be dead. Right?
Yes.
Okay. So those guys are dead.
And you make
Let
3
me-
fear.
Oh, so I get an additional fear from the town, even
Yep.
though. Okay. So 1, 2, 3. We're up to 6.
Okay, and then I'm going to change my move here. So I'm going to choose this uncanny melting go for that wetlands that we were just dealing with. So it says if invaders are, I'm going to target that land, the one that's going to blow up. And it says if invaders are present, make a fear. And it says if target land is a wetlands, remove a blight. So I'll take that blight.
Nice.
Okay. And then I still have my innate power, so I get to push a explorer. Push a explorer. Oh, we forgot to build in the mountains. I have to do that.
Did we? I thought they explored in the mountains.
Now they explored into wetlands. Okay. I think that's right. So we did our slow actions.
It thinks we're on the fast power phase for some reason.
Yeah. I just don't know what's the button to make it go to the next phase.
It was on mine. It was keep following along. I mean, to a point. All right. So now we're back at the growth phase, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Now it. All right. So once again, I really need to gain energy. Pretty much ever. Yeah, mine like the energy guy. You have the card guy. I have like the energy guy. Oh, it's defend 3. Why was I thinking it was defend 4? Defend 3 and every. And let's see. What cards? I don't really need to reclaim any cards yet. Let's gain another power. Let's just keep going to town with these powers. Yeah. Now, where should I get presents? We slaughtered all those guys.
So mountains is going to ravage this turn. So if you can get some day hands into these mountains, you can use your defend to slaughter those guys.
Yeah. I already have presents there. Let's... Which option gives me one away? That's the problem. Is it's only one. Well, I guess I could reclaim my cards if I had to. What cards are down there? So you want to have presents pretty much everywhere for my guy at least, because most of his stuff seems to be, well, I guess that's not true. All mine can go one away at this point. So I'm gonna do the gain and power thing again, since I can do all the cards in my hand can go one away. Well, let me double check before I. So if we want, where do you say mountains? So if I have a defensive 3 in the mountains. If these guys do 3 damage, then does that kill my spirit thing here?
Nope, because remember you nullify the first 3 damage. They have to do 2 damage left over after you absorbed it.
Okay.
Remember, like the first damage that they do doesn't matter, right? It's only after you have 2 Kit Kat wrappers that life gets bad.
All right. So they're going to be defended. They can't do anything here regardless then. In the mountains where my things are.
That's right. The only thing is that if you had day hands in there, you could use them
to fight back.
Yeah.
I only can move 1.
Yeah. So you could use draw the Fruitful Earth to at least set up 1 ambush, right?
Yeah. All right, so I'm just double checking. I'm gonna go with gain a card and put this, and I'm gonna take it from here and double up on this guy. And then I'm gonna gain another. I kind of like all my cards, so I'm gonna do another minor one. And if target land has an explorer, push all. Otherwise, remove 1 blight. Target spirit gets +2 with all their powers. Defend 6. Defend 6 is pretty nice. It's got both of the things I want too. Push 1 guy, or I can do 2 fear. That's pretty good. It's cheap as fuck too. It is. Man, it's hard to say. Okay, if you have 2, you may instead remove 1 blight. Defend 6, huh? And I have that thing that says I could replay a card. So could I play that card twice and get 4 fear?
If you hit the threshold, yeah.
All right, so I'm gonna take that card. We want the fear to be crawling, right?
Fear's
We're
good.
at 7. What were you gonna say?
Yeah, fear's pretty good.
Okay. So let's see. I did that. I put the thing there. I got my card. I took this off of here. Now I need to play my cards here. And I can play 3 cards now. Oh, I didn't gain my energy. So I can play 3 cards. I can move. I definitely want to move a guy. So that is gather. And is there any other? Yeah, so this is what we're gonna do. We won't move, defend 4. Okay, so we're gonna do this guy. This is gonna be like, well, I guess it isn't actually. It's only three energy. Target is. Let me double check. Oh, this isn't gonna work how I wanted it. What is this? Wetland or I could target these guys just to get the fear. Oh, I don't have a presence there. Maybe I don't want to do this turn. Can I put this back?
Yeah. I think if you played Guard the Healing Land again, I don't know if you have a target for it, but if you did,
Oh shit.
you could actually hit your threshold.
That's what, yeah, it just dawned on me that didn't have the right thing. So yeah, I'm gonna play that. I'm gonna do this one. I want my threshold because I want to play this Delusions of Danger twice. So my threshold is once this turn, target spirit may repeat 1 power card with energy cost of 1 or less. So that would give him 4 fear, right?
That's right.
Okay. So now I need to pay for these. Oh, this is a slow one though. That's not gonna be fast enough. I don't think that pay worked. I think you gotta. I'm doing. I think I'm not clicking fast enough for those, but it worked this time.
All right, flip your thing. All right, fast powers.
So I'm gonna do 2 fear. Whoa. So that's gonna push us over the thing. So how does that work?
Yeah, just do it. It took 1 card down. One fear card was drawn for us. So
Okay, we do that later, and then
yeah.
Invader Phase. Okay, move this a little bit over. And then my other fast one is remove 1 blight or defend 4. Actually, I could remove this blight. Let's remove that blight.
Yep.
Back you go, buddy.
Okay. And then your innate thingy, you already did that, right? Okay.
I haven't done that yet, so I need to add 2 more. Do I pay for this price again? Do I pay 1 more?
Nope.
Okay. So that's the innate thing happens in the fast area, I guess. Yeah, speed fast. Okay, so we're gonna do 2 more.
Oh, I see. So if you to advance the phases, you actually flip over our ready tokens again. That's how we do it. Right, so
Oh, and then it jumps.
Now we're in the invader phase. So we're not blighted. We do have a fear card. So it says each player removes 1 explorer from a coastal land.
Okay, so coastal is where this blue tile is?
Yep.
So it's only,
yeah, you can do that.
but it's not these other ones over
No,
here. Like,
no.
okay.
All right, so then we're gonna ravage in mountains.
What is
So
these? Where do these 3 defend things come from?
I put them there.
Okay.
Okay, so in the bottom mountain here, I have defend 2, so that's gonna block 2 of the 3 damage.
Yep.
So they only do 1 damage, and then the invader, the Dayhands attack back and kill them all. So that's a fear. And then here we're gonna get a blight. And then here you block all 3 damage. And then here you block all 3 damage.
All right.
Okay. And then we're gonna build in wetlands. We get a town, city. And then they're gonna explore in sands.
A town you said does 3, or sorry, city does 3, town does 2, explorer does 1.
Yeah. All right, now we're in the slow power phase.
All right. So for mine, I can just gather up to 2 explorers. So and gather up to 2 Dayhan here. And it's 1 away. They are, and the Dayhans you said do 2 damage, right? I'm just double checking here.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
And where are they attacking this time? They are
Wetlands.
Wetlands. Man, they got some significant damage over there. Nothing I can't move enough people in there to stop it. What's their build at? Build is at sand. Okay. We're gonna pull this guy to here, this guy to here.
Don't be moving. Oh yeah. Oh, sorry. You have a power that lets you do that. Okay, never mind. I was confused.
Yeah. Now I'm gathering.
Too much cider for me.
Then I'm gonna move these 2 to here. Whoops. I think that's what I want, because they're gonna be wetland. Yeah, there's nothing I can do about that one.
If you click on the top right, if you see where it says Invader Board, you can click that button. It'll give you a little hint.
What does this do? Blight 5, Fear 5, 3.
Yeah,
A hint. What do you mean? Oh, it shows the wetland. Gotcha.
It says we have 5 blight left in our pool.
Yeah.
And we've made 5 fear. Yeah. All right, so go ahead and hit ready.
What did this do? Oh yeah, it was just that.
If you want to ready, you can also click that circular X button that's at the top of the screen as well.
All right.
Okay. All right. So now we should start the next phase. Oh, slow power. Yeah, we did that.
We did. We didn't ready it though. Maybe we should ready it again, and I'll go to the next one. There.
We actually have to click the end that time passes button. Okay.
All right.
Right.
So we're back to the growth phase,
Mm-hmm.
and I have to reclaim my cards. I'm out of cards here. That's okay though. So I'm gonna put one. Is this 4? What is my final? Yeah, it is. Maybe I'll do. No, we'll do that. Where am I going to go? I can go 1. These places are pretty.
Okay. I drew a set of majors if you want to see what they look like.
Sure. 6, a tsunami, huh? In each other coastal land, if you have 8 damage, 2 fear. So these are really powerful. Spend 6. Oh, you take a town or a city down to a town. 2 fear. Which card are you gonna get rid of?
I don't know. Oh, I don't know yet. I still am looking at them.
All right. I'm gonna reclaim and add it too, so I can put this anywhere. So they're ravaging wetland this turn. And
Tsunami's
my
pretty badass.
tsunami is. So my having presence doesn't help at all against their ravaging. Right.
having I mean, you have your innate defend wherever you have a holy site.
Yeah, but I don't have it. Just a single presence. I mean, it
One
doesn't.
presence won't help you
But they don't hurt it if it's there.
unless they ravage.
Unless you get a blight, you mean?
Right.
Okay. So they're gonna get blight there. Okay, we're gonna put it.
I had to take tsunami.
Yeah, that's pretty powerful.
So I have to throw a card out.
And then I'm going to reclaim all and gain energy. And then choose my powers. I can play 4. So how many fear cards can we have down here? Can we just keep putting them? Oh, that one gets discarded after a turn. Okay, so we wouldn't be able to get. We'll be lucky to get. On damage. Wetland. I can't do anything about that. Building and sand. They're not going to do anything about that. So there isn't really much I can do to these. I can't do anything against their wetland bullshit this turn, so I can just pick on someone else to destroy here. Invaders skip an action. If I skip, I can make him skip an action, actually.
Mm-hmm. That can be used to stop him from blighting.
That's what I'm going to do. Play this, which is one of those and one of those. Pay this for the fear. That's a fast one. Damn it, it's another hour already passed.
You must be having fun.
I know, it's crazy. Sand, it would do 2. It's 1 away. Or wetland. I guess I could do a little bit of, I can do stuff to people after, um, even if I make them skip turn, I can still damage them, right?
They won't ravage at all, and so they won't counterattack. There's no, it basically skips that land's turn completely.
But I can still do stuff to
You
them.
can still do stuff to them, yes.
Okay. And I can remove blight, but on your part, but I'm not close enough. Right?
Yes. I think we're doing pretty well as far as controlling Blight.
Does it usually get a little more out of control?
It can. I mean, I think both of us have managed to play Blight removing cards, which, there are spirits that don't have any Blight removal at all, and so it can be pretty rough.
I want to hold on to, I'm probably overthinking this, but defend of 4. If I put it, oh no, I'm going to make them lose their turn. It doesn't matter. I was trying to get my double turn with that fear card again, but I don't think I can without like wasting a card. And I don't know if I want to waste a card. Six, 7. I actually don't even have enough power to do that.
Yeah, there's no, you can't, yeah, you can't do it. Did you put a presence down this turn?
I think so.
If I were you, I would have taken, I would have done like this instead.
No, I'm gonna do that next turn. I wanted the
You
4.
can't. Okay, you can't really play 4 cards, unless you can pay for them.
Yeah. But I got like 0 cards and stuff
That's true.
too. Land has, I got one less than a minute here. Gotta hurry. Target has, land has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Actually, I'll hold on to that one too. Yeah, I'm just gonna do these 2, I think. Damage 2. Yeah, I guess I'm just gonna do those 2. Pay. And F. Alright, I'm gonna take a quick break. As this ad plays, I will be back in less than 5 minutes. Let me turn this thing on like always. Alright, I'll be right back. All right, I am back. Let me turn off my break timer here. Okay. What are we doing? Fast powers.
Yeah, I already did mine.
All right, I'm going to do my add 2 fear. We're almost up there. And then I'm going to do this, make these guys skip a turn, and that's these guys here.
Yeah, so the way you do this on your you have a little thing called an isolate marker. See this?
Okay, all right.
Grab that and drop it wherever you're blocking. Yeah, this just reminds us that you did that.
Yeah.
All
So
right.
those are the 2 I'm blocking there.
Ready up?
Yep.
All right. So no blight, no fear, ravage in wetlands. So I'll do my board. So in this terrain, they're doing 3 damage, but I have defend 2, and the day hands counterattack and kill them. So that gets us a fear card.
Sweet.
And here we're gonna get a blight.
Yeah, you're in this similar situation.
Here they do nothing. And okay. All right, so then we're gonna build in sand. Build. You cleared all your sands.
Yeah, I pulled them into this other
And
one.
then they're going to explore into coastal lands.
So is that all 3 of these? Wow.
Yep.
All right. Okie dokie.
All right, so now we do slow powers. So I have a few. So I'm going to start by using River's Bounty to gather 2 day hands. These 2. And I'm going to breed them.
Breed them?
Yeah, the
Is that
card
a special?
Says, the card says, if you read the card, it says, gather 2 day hand. If there are now at least 2 day hand, add a day hand and gain an energy.
And you got your tsunami lined up.
And I'm tsunamiing. And I hit the threshold for tsunami as well.
Oh,
so
nice.
3 water, 2 mountain. So I'm going to do 2 fear. 1, 2. I'm doing 8 damage. So I'm going to kill this city. I'm going to kill this city. And I'm going to kill this town. So that's 5 fear. And then it says in each other coastal land on the same board, make a fear. So starting with this land, I make a fear. It says do 4 damage, so it kills that explorer, and destroy a day hand, but there's no day hands. And then in this territory, I make a fear. I do 4 damage, so kill a town, which is another fear, and destroy a day hand. So yeah, that was awesome.
That was awesome. So now we should have 2 fear cards. We do have 2 fear cards, and then it also says we're on terror level 2.
And
so
then I have my innate power. So I can do 2 damage, push. So I'm gonna kill this town. I'm gonna push this. I'm gonna leave them there. Okay, that's good. All right, so that's it for everything. So
what about our fear cards?
So those happen in the next round. They'll happen next round.
Okay.
There's like in the Invader Phase. It says play those fear cards. So.
But didn't one of those come up on my fast turn?
Oh, it did it?
I think so.
We'll have to just do it next time then.
All right.
I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. Okay, so we're back at the beginning again. Now I'm going to take one of these and put it... What am I going to do? I'm okay with the power cards. We could gain 2 energy and put 1. Actually, I want to stack. Wait, what are they ravaging? What are they... C is coastal, right? Is that what that stands for? Yep. So they're gonna build on all coastal land?
Yep.
Holy shit. Gather 2. The fast one, though. And when you gather, you only can move from 1 away, right?
Right. Yep.
These other. One damage. Do one more minor card. Whoops. Guess I picked it and didn't know that I clicked it, but whatever. 1 damage for each town, or defend 10. Town or city. Target spirit gains 3 different elements of their choice. So that would level me up to the next thing. That's kind of interesting. 1 damage per blight. If your land is, you may instead mountains or sand. You can remove a blight. Target spirit gains a minor power. So wait, I can do that every turn?
Yep. I mean, every time you play it, yeah.
I mean, it costs 0.
Yeah. I mean, it's still a card play. You have to have it in your hand.
Yeah. Oh, right. So not every turn. But it also applies to 2 of my things that I need. What's my second tier stuff? So that one's pretty good. Target spirit gains 3. It's a slow one. Let's do this. We're gonna do this one, yeah. Because then I can I can get another power every turn, or every time I have it, and then I can go for major powers on my other thing. So, all right, I put that down. I gained. I need to gain my energy, which is that now. Now I need to choose my powers. Well, we're definitely gonna play this one because it's free. I want to gather. Where are they? They're sand. Okay, so this one that says if the target has one of my presents, I do 1 um, fear and 1 damage. Then it says if the target land is whatever, I do 1 damage. So I can play it on a sand or wet land and still do 1 damage.
Yep.
Okay. Or let's do this one. We'll gather 1 guy over to that sand thing. We don't want him building. We don't want him ravaging. Wait, he needs to do 3 though. He can't get to that. But coastal, he's also gonna ravage. So he's gonna ravage and build, is what I'm seeing here.
He'll ravage first, then build.
Yeah.
So the first ravage won't do anything because
There's
he's
no blight.
only one guy.
Yeah.
Only 1 explorer. Ravaging doesn't hurt.
But then this one with this. So every one of these towns is gonna become a city over here.
No.
How does that work again?
Build just it builds the It'll build one city.
And then does the city do anything?
No.
Okay. And then this guy's gonna build a town. Town. A town. Well, no, he can't. He's gonna get defended. He's gonna fight this guy, and he's gonna die. Not enough, though. Not enough. But if I play this, this is slow. That's okay. So when they build, they don't attack my guys. So that's only during Ravage, right?
That's right.
Okay. Two fear. If target has presence, one fear and one damage. This is a slow one. Can I play? So let's say I use my ability to play this card twice. Can I play it on two different spots? No, he'll actually be
I
dead
believe
though.
you can. I'll look that up.
All right. 1, 2, 3. So I'm already in my threshold here.
The answer is yes.
Okay.
Looks like yeah, you need a Sunlight Mountain card if you want to hit your next threshold.
Sunlight Mountain, huh? Oh yeah, I can't get that this turn. All right.
Yep.
So I have my 4 cards. I'm gonna pay.
Okay. And then ready up. Okay, fast powers.
I only have 1 fast power here. I'm gonna move this.
Which card are you going to replicate?
So good question. I just had a different idea. How many are over here?
You can also replicate any of my cards as well, just FYI.
Like to help you out, you mean?
Yep.
Do you need any
I
replicated? I think I'm gonna do this other one.
I don't know. Like I didn't plan it assuming I would get any replication.
So gather 2. Actually, I'm gonna use it. So let me think here. That guy needs to stay there. This guy needs to stay here to fight this guy when the coastal. Oh, but it's not gonna happen. We don't know when that's gonna happen. So let's say, all right. So they got 3, 7, 8, 9 points here. So if I bring 4 towns in, that should give me 8 points plus my 3 for my defensive thing. Does that, or not towns, day hands. So does it start killing off my day hands, or do they have to do a complete?
So they do all their damage, right? So if they build a city, then they're gonna have 1, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 damage. So if you have day hands in there, remember they do the bad guys do all their damage first, and
But that's only when they ravage, right?
that's right.
So let's say they didn't build one there though. They
Okay.
do all their damage first, and they slowly pick off mine, or mine get to reply.
They do all their damage.
Okay.
If any of your guys survive, then they can counterattack.
Okay. So this is gonna be nearly impossible to break free then.
That's a tsunami bait right there.
Yeah. Hopefully you get that card back soon. Same with this one, though, is not. This one we want to keep these two here. So they're gonna do all their damage, but no, they can't hurt him. So let's gather. It's hard to decide. That changes my plan. I was gonna try to start piling up dudes over here, but it doesn't really help me any. Let's gather here. And I can gather from two separate sources. Well, no, I need those. The day hands do 2 damage, though, right?
Yep.
Okay, so one day hand can kill both of those guys. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm going to gather there. So that's my gathering. Yep.
Yeah. And then if you should decide who you're going to give the dupe ability to. Then you don't have to decide which ability you're going to dupe yet because they're all slow. Unless you're giving me the dupe.
No, I'm not going to dupe. I was thinking about duping this gather, but it's not going to work is what I think I might dupe this target spirit one. Just get 2 minor powers.
Yeah, that's not bad. You could give yourself a minor power and me a minor power.
That's actually a good idea, because if we can expand your deck too, how many do you have? You have we have the
8.
same amount. Yeah.
All right, so that's a slow power, so you just hold off on that. Then okay. All right. Remember that. All right, so I have some fast powers, so I'm gonna do this one, defend 2 here, and then I'm gonna do flash floods to do 2 damage to a. Actually, I'm gonna do 1 damage to this city. The city only took 1 damage from that. And that's it. All right, so now we are going to do ready up.
Yep.
Okay, so Blighted Island, nothing. Fear. All right, we got fear cards. Here we go. First fear card. Right, we're at terror level 2. Each player chooses a different land with day hand. 1 damage per day hand there.
All right.
So you can use, like, you could pick this right here. You could kill that town.
I'm gonna go with the town, because doesn't that give us a fear?
Yep.
Bye bye town. And I'm gonna add the fear.
And I'm gonna pick this location and kill that town.
All right.
So that's another fear. Okay. All right. And the next fear card says each player may gather an explorer into a land with a town or a city, or gather 1 town into a land with a city.
So we can make a. I don't know if we want to. Do we want to do that?
Well, so coastal's going to build, right? So, like, if you were to gather this guy, you could gather him in. Yeah, you could move him down in there and prevent a build.
This is just so strong. I guess it doesn't matter if there's one that's just overly powered.
I think we should both move an explorer into that.
And just make this a dumping ground for death.
Yep. All right. Okay, so then we're going to do Ravaging Sands. So starting from my board, so this explorer dies.
Yep.
Here, this town dies, and the explorer dies.
Nice. You get another fear.
And then your sands are all cool. Coastal lands are going to build. So we're going to get a city in that giant jungle. And we're going to get a city in this wetlands. And then they're going to explore. This is where it starts to get nuts now. We're in phase 3. So they're going to explore into jungle and sands.
Uh-oh.
All right, so
Man, that place is
So let's talk
overrun.
about what we need to do to win, right? So far we've been focusing on surviving. So if you look
Yeah.
at the terror level card, so the original terror level 1, it says the victory condition is to eliminate all explorers, towns, and cities. And at terror level 2, it overwrites that victory condition with only get rid of all the towns and cities.
All right.
And then at terror level 3, it says only get rid of all the cities. So if we can get through to that next terror level, all we would need to do is just kill all the cities and then we win.
Which shouldn't, the next terror level we should be at any second.
Yeah. Okay, so now we're on to slow powers.
All right. Sand or wetland. They really built that jungle up there. So they're going to build on both of those spots too,
That's
jungle
right.
and sand. So it's going to really, like you said, it's going to really be growing. Well, we might as I'm going to do this minor power one, and I'm going to give one to you as well.
Okay. All right.
So that will help our. So let's do this first. I'm going to add. Whoops. I'm going to add a minor power. Destroy 3 towns. Damage 1. 1 energy plus 1 is. Three. Savage maw beasts, huh? Visions of fiery doom. If you have 2 fire, I don't really have all these ones are not that great for my one fear and push 1. And so that's gonna destroy 3 towns? No.
It would destroy 3 towns. Yep.
1 damage for each town.
And you have a lot of sunlight in your hands as well, so you could easily get the kicker on that.
So this one actually, yeah, this one looks like, so if I kill 3 towns, let's look at this one here. That would wipe out these 2 towns, and then, so
And
do
then
I
if you
also get additional damage for each one?
It says do 1 damage for every town and city that remains, which can help you if you have other damage sources to finish things off.
And then, but then it gets 1 blight, but that's not really a problem right here.
Well, yeah, we're actually at 5 blight, so we can afford it.
I think I'm gonna take that
I
one.
really like drought. That's a good move.
Yeah. Okay, so you got your power.
Yep.
All right, and so I'm gonna gather. Or let's do this. Well, yeah, let's gather. It doesn't really matter. What are we building on?
We're building on jungle and sand.
And explorers just have one point.
Mm-hmm. So you could gather into that hell land. You could pull those explorers out of, like you could take this explorer and one of these explorers.
Yeah, and then I could kill that one off. Yeah, let's bring this guy. This is the hell land. All right, let's bring those two guys. I guess I could have moved.
I don't think
There's
we
no
want
point putting those in there.
no point putting
Okay.
in there.
All right, and then I'm going to get one fear, and I'm going to kill this guy. So he's going to die, and we can add a fear point. Oh, did you already add it?
No.
Okay. And very touchy. All right, that's it. I'm done with my slow phase. And so I am going to grow. I'm going to get all my cards back too. So add a presence. They're ravaging coastal this time. So basically the only place they can ravage is right there. Which they're gonna kill, they're gonna destroy my little thing though, right? My little presence thing here. I think they are.
Where are they gonna?
If
Oh yeah,
the hell lands, they're gonna
yes.
damage my
They will damage your presence there. You'll only
uh
lose one. You'll lose one, not both of them.
so I wonder if it's a good idea to preemptively try to get presence in a spot, or if I should go to this wetlands over here. I think I'm gonna go with the wetlands. Reclaim my cards. Reclaim all. Now I have many cards. And the first thing we're gonna do is put down that free card. Where beeth my free
I
card?
hear a tsunami coming.
Oh, good. Minor power. Here we go. It's a slow guy. Well, let's put the slow ones over here. It's free and it's slow. Good. We need more tsunamis. Luckily, your water person can control that stuff. I think didn't like the Koreans invade Japan and a tsunami took them all out.
I don't know.
I think
Wouldn't
so.
that suck?
Yeah, no, and so they were like, "Wow, we don't have to worry about what about that ever?" And then they invaded again like years later, and the tsunami didn't happen. You know, it wasn't. It
Not reliable.
doesn't. Yeah, exactly. It's not a reliable defense. All right, so they're gonna hit every coastal thing, but there's nothing we can do there. So let's see here. Oh, I didn't put gain energy. There we go. Invaders skip a turn. I'm gonna do that on the Helllands. Because that will keep them from ravaging the Helllands. And next we have and I just don't really have that many damaging cards. Oh, I have this destroy. Let's put that down. I'm not 100% sure this is what I'm going to do. Oh, it says right up here. So I need another one of these guys. Remove one blight. Do we have any blight that I can reach? Nope.
No, nope. If it's slow, you might get some. You might get some that you can reach, but
Yeah, I don't think that I want that. You know what? I could go after these guys. I can only push enough. One damage. It's a wetland. That's 2. What's my next tier? Oh, I'm still missing. That's all the cards I could play though. So let's not do that. Let's put back. I need to play either that one or this one. So, sorry my turns are so long.
it's all right. I'm dithering too, so
Gather up. It says instead the energy cost limit is 3 or less. What does that mean?
so basically it's the first power, but instead of the energy
Oh,
cost
I can
cap,
play it. Gotcha.
you can do it up to a 3-cost card.
Oh, so I can make them skip. How far does that one last? 1. I can make. Well, they're not going to do anything anyways. But okay, I think I gotta pay, and I think I'm ready to go for my turn.
All right, yeah, fast powers.
I'm gonna rearrange my cards here. Okay, first thing I'm gonna do is make these guys skip. What was the thing?
Yep.
Isolate. I have an infinite number. And jungle and sand. Yeah, there's quite a few over there. And the next thing I'm gonna do is gather 1 or a town. So I could gather this town. Oh, there's a dude here though. Um, actually, I'm gonna move these one from each. Or wait, I can do it from one from gathered
Yeah,
from
for
2
gather, you
different
can.
spots.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. that what I want to do? It's hard to plan ahead because you don't know what the next card's going to be.
That's true.
That's part of the fun, though. Let me see here. I didn't really have a concrete plan for this turn. I guess I haven't really had a concrete plan for any turn. Let's gather these guys to here, though, just to... Those guys will be defended, and then we can kill them in the mountains if we have to. All right, that is my 2 swift guys, and
Okay.
that's
And
it.
are you who are you? What are you planning to dupe, if anything?
Let's think here. I think I'm gonna dupe this destroy one. Well, what happens if there's 2 blight on a place?
That's bad. You don't want to
That's
dupe
bad.
that.
Okay, so
I mean, yeah.
let's think here. There's those guys. Sorry, I'm laughing at the just big pile of guys there. I think I'm gonna dupe the minor power one again.
Okay. All right.
Because that's what I like. Yeah.
All right. Ready up. All right. So fear. You got a fear card. It says each player may push up to 3 explorers or cities from an inland land.
Push them from that. What do you mean? Just to a new spot?
Yeah.
Do we want to spread out any of our guys?
I mean, generally concentrating them is better than
Yeah.
spreading them out. But like, I think I might push. I think I might push this town into this wetland,
Yeah. So you can fight it.
and then like you could either work on this hell thing, or you could push that one dude into hell land, or you could push this dude into the jungle so you can fight him.
Let's see. The jungle. I can take him. Well, they'll have it next turn. I would take them out, all of them. So that's a good idea. Let's push him. I only can do one guy.
Yeah. You can push 3 guys or towns, but it has to be from one land.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. No, that's fine.
Okay. All right. So that's it for fear. So now we ravage and the coast. So this isolated doesn't do anything. Here they're gonna ravage, and they destroy my presence. Unfortunately,
Oh, that's a bummer.
it happens. And then here's not enough. Everything else is fine there. All right, now they're gonna build in the jungle and in the sands. So they're gonna build in the jungle and the sands. Build in the jungle and the sands. Here, they're gonna build a town.
Should still be able to. That's 5 versus, yeah, my 3, 7.
All right.
Well, they're gonna kill one though.
Now they're going to explore into the jungle and the wetlands.
Jungle and the wetlands. I don't know, man. I don't know if we're gonna win this. When do we hit terror level 3?
Let me just make sure I got everything. Yeah. All right.
When do we hit terror level 3?
We need 2 more fear cards. Okay, so
Where does it say that?
you can see it right there.
Oh, I thought this was like a stack of cards.
No.
Oh, all right.
All right, so I'm going to do River's
Gotcha.
Bounty, and I'm going to gather this guy down here. Wait, do I want to do that? No. I guess I'm going to just gather and grow another day hand, so... And get an energy. And then the tsunami is coming. So the tsunami hits... Oh, wait. I did want to gather, because I hit the kicker? I didn't hit the kicker. Did not hit the kicker. Okay. Alright, so I'm going to do 8 damage. 2 fear. 8 damage.
Excellent.
So that's city, which is 4 fear. That's one of the fear cards we need.
Nice.
And then a town, which is 1 more fear. Okay. All right. Well, Hellland is still full of explorers, but
does that tsunami kill explorers at all over to this guy?
no, because it didn't get the kicker, so it didn't spread like the other tsunami did. But then I also hit my innate power, so I'm trying to figure out what to do with that still.
You got another little area that's growing. It's not too bad. So they're gonna ravage jungle this time, huh? I mean, not this on the next turn.
Okay. All right, I'm all done.
All right, so I'm gonna do this. Destroy 3, 1 damage for each town. I was originally gonna do it on this. I still think I probably should. That's 2 damage. And destroy. Well, actually,
yeah.
I think I'm gonna do it on this one. What do you got down here? You just yeah, because that will get rid of this town or city in 1 town. And then that will do 2 points of damage, which will kill off 2 of those guys.
It doesn't do any damage. It does damage to towns and cities, but it doesn't just do damage plain.
Oh, move your hand thing. Oh, okay, all right. So it only 1 damage, 2. I thought it said 4 each.
But still, getting rid of that city would be great.
Yeah. And if we were at the highest, if we were at the right fear level, we'd be down to 1 more. All right, so these both are gonna. So that's gonna be 2 more fear, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then an additional fear.
Right. So now we're at terror level 3.
Perfect. Okay, so this one's done, and then we are gonna both get the card.
Do we have any cities? We do have 1 city left.
We have 1 city.
If this city dies, then we win.
Excellent.
and as long as no more cities get built, but they're going to be built. So
right, yeah. The wetland's gonna get. Well, the wetland's gonna get a town. The jungle.
You still have your gift of power and your dupe to do.
Yep. So you're gonna get 1, and I'm gonna get 1 here for a power minor. +2 with all of their powers. Gain up to, gather up to, gather, push. Man, these all suck. Well, that's good though, because I can trade it for a major one next time I do the power thing. Gather up to 3, push up to 3. I mean, that's not bad. It's +2. None of these are for my thing though. +2 move. Oh, that's kind of interesting.
+2 distance. Yeah.
Or yeah, distance. Yeah. Push 1. Let's do this one just in case. I'll probably get rid of it for a major power, but.
All right. Is that all?
That's it. Yep. Oh, I guess I preemptively did that. All right. Let's see. What are we doing here? We are doing growth. I obviously only have one. Oh no, I gotta decide. Am I reclaiming all my cards? How many cards do I got down here? Or let's gather. Let's do the gain of power. So I gotta put this on. I'm gonna go with a major power. Okay. So they are ravaging jungle. They have quite a few here now. That's so I got one. They're gonna do 6 points of damage. And wetland. They're gonna damage me there, right where I put that thing. Well, so I'm gonna gain a major power. Do I do that during my growth period, I guess? So that's
Yep.
right at the beginning.
Just
Okay.
like your. Yep.
Cleansing Flood. Oh, 4 damage and remove 1 blight. 1 fear per. One fear per. This power. House where this power destroys. 1 damage to each invader. If you have 3 damage, that one's gonna be hard to pull off. Plus 10 damage. What does this symbol mean? Wetlands. 1 distance from wetlands. Wetlands and
Yeah. One
presence.
one distance from wetlands where your presence is.
Man, I would have to play a lot of cards to make that thing do 10 damage. Do I even have the ability to do these other ones? Not really. The only one I can really do is that one. White. I got 4 white cards. What is white? Moon?
That one kind of depends on you having blight to use it, though. It's kind of tough.
2 damage. Yeah. These ones I can't do that one. So the only one I can really do is this 4 damage, but it has to be next to a wetline. That one kind of sucks. Got a crappy hand here. 1 fear. Alright, that's the only one I can do. Choose a card. Don't I have to get rid of a card?
Yes. You can just put the extra card over to the side somewhere.
It doesn't go back into some discard
It does.
thing. Oh, it does. So we're at fear level 3 already, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay. I had another. think I'm gonna get rid of this one. Yeah, I think that's the. Where am I putting this? Is there a discard pile you said, or just anywhere?
Okay. You can move it there. That's fine.
All right. So that part is done. That was my growth. We're going to gain energy, and we're going to choose the powers to use. So this costs 5, but I could probably. What do we have to do to kill this town? Is this a fast or is it a slow? It's a slow. So they're gonna build in jungle. They're gonna build. They're gonna get a city in both those spots. And wetlands. They're gonna get a town there and a city here. No, they're gonna get a town there and a city there. Holy shit! That's a lot of growth. So let's see. They're gonna ravage jungle and sand. So sand I don't have to worry about. Jungle, they're gonna hurt both of my presence here. Is there anything I can do about that? I can make one of them lose a turn. Oh, I don't have that card anymore. That card to use yet. Defend 4. So if I spin like this thing that says they get +2 range as a swift thing, can I apply that to the slow card?
Mm-hmm. Every one of your cards gets 2 bonus range for the whole turn.
All right. Well, I think my hand has decided then what we're gonna do. We're gonna play this guy, and whoops, and a cleansing flood. And I'm gonna pay, and that's it. But I gotta take another break again.
Oh,
Another hour has passed.
You can't afford all that.
What do you mean?
You only have 5 energy, and that costs 9.
I already
you
paid.
for it. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Cool.
All right, cool. Yeah, I will be back in less than 5 minutes. It's crazy. Another hour has passed. Man, with like 3 or 4 people, this game is gonna take eternity. Even though our turns are simultaneous, it's the new people like me that are gonna take so long. All right, I will be back. Whoops. All right, I am back. Okay, let me turn off my break timer. Oh, cat's freaking out. Well, not freaking out. Meowing loudly. All right. Fast power turns. What are we doing here? I got 2 fast powers. Can you hear that cat?
Nope.
It just wants attention. All right. Target gets 2 spirit, 2 range with other spirits. So I'm going to turn that one and remove 1 blight or get defend 4. 1, 2. I can remove this blight here if you want me to. I can remove blight any 1,
Sure.
2, 3. Which one would you want me to get rid of?
Can you target like this one in the mountains?
Yeah. 1, 2, 3.
Okay, yeah, get that one.
I guess I could put a defend over here, but it's kind of pointless. That I don't have enough. All right, I'm gonna get rid of this one.
Good. All right, I'm gonna give you Boon of Vigor, which gives you 4 energy because you played 4 cards this turn.
All right. You didn't need the energy?
I only get 1 energy if I give it to myself, so
Oh.
it's
All right.
much better to give than it is to receive.
All right. I'm done with my fast ones.
Okay. All right. Ready up.
What? I go over here. There we go. Invader
Okay.
Phase.
All right. So we got 2 fear cards. So first fear card says,
We don't need to blight first. Blighted Island.
yeah, we're actually full on blight, so we're good.
Oh. All right.
Each player removes an invader from a land with 2 or fewer invaders.
2 or fewer. So, what do we got? Where are they?
So
They're building on. Go ahead.
get rid of this guy, and you can get rid of this guy in the mountain there.
Yeah, you don't want to get rid of this guy down here that's
Oh yeah,
building.
yeah. Get rid of him.
All right. Blurp. He's gone.
Okay, good move. All right. Next fear card says, defend 9 in all coastal lands. Invaders do not build in coastal lands this turn.
Great.
I'll have to just remember that. Okay.
So should we
So,
put a defend down?
yeah, we'll deal with it. Defend 9, huh?
Yeah, that would have been.
We'll figure it out. Okay, so we're going to Ravage in Jungle and Sands. So starting from the bottom board, so this sand, they're going to do 3 damage. I'm going to block 2 of it. This day hand will kill this town. Making
Just
fear.
1 fear.
Jungle and Sand. So here, again, these guys are all wiped out. Okay. And then here, this is defend 9, and then you have defend 3, right?
Yep.
That's defend 12. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Exactly, perfect. So they don't manage to do anything there.
We lucked out.
And then here, I had defend 2 and you had defend 3, so that makes 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then the day hands counterattack, and so we kill 1, 2, 3, 4. All right.
That's
Cool.
gonna be 1 more fear. Yeah.
And that's it.
All right. Awesome. We did great.
And then they're going to build in the jungle and the wetlands, but they don't build in coastal.
So you
jungle
lucked
and
out
wetlands.
there
Right.
and there.
So here they're going to build city.
Yep.
And here they don't do anything. Here they're going to build a town. And that's it, right?
Yeah.
And then they're going to explore into mountain and wetlands.
So we just have to kill 2 towns with our slow turns. Can we do it? Or 2 cities, I mean. I can take out 1 city.
Can do it, but you can kill a whole city, huh, with the cleansing floods.
Yep, I can do 14 points of damage.
Well, if you do that, you should do it to this inside land. Leave that other one alone.
All right. Why?
Because I have tsunami. That
Oh, okay, yeah. Okay, what is this other one I have? One damage.
so now we're into slow actions.
All right, so I'm gonna do wetlands or sand here. I'm gonna do my 2 damage on this guy here. So that's gonna get rid of a town, which is gonna be 1 fear, and then my card also generates a fear, so that's gonna be 2 fear. And then, whoops. Then my 14 damage is gonna go to here. So that's 3,
4, 5.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9. They are all dead, and that's 2 more fear. 1 for the town and 1 for the city.
2 for
Or
the
does
city.
2 for the city, so 3 more fear. And another card. Wiped out those suckers. And I'm done with my... Can we take out a city this turn? Doesn't look like it. I'm gonna build on wetlands and mountains. We might do it. We might do it. I'm gonna look at what these messages have been.
Yeah, explain that. How is it 14 damage?
It says 4 damage and then 10.
Yeah, because he had 4 waters.
Yeah. Did I do that wrong?
No, that's right. He did have 4 water.
Yep.
Check it out.
That's what I was forced. Those are the only 4 waters I had available. So that's what I had to play those cards.
That's
Oh, you were talking to someone in chat. I did.
Yeah, someone in
I haven't
chat
even
said
been paying attention to chat. Man.
he played all 4 water cards. Yeah.
Flute, how's it going tonight? Yeah. So basically, when I was picking these, the only cards I had left that had water were those. So that's why I played those particular cards. I wasn't really too interested in that one, but
So what I'm gonna do
or that one.
What I'm gonna do with my last card is I'm gonna use Wash Away, push this Explorer into the wetlands there, and then my innate power. I hit the final tier of my innate power, so it says do 2 damage to each invader. So that's all these explorers die. And I do 2 damage to the city, but I didn't have enough to actually kill it.
So close.
Yeah. But yeah, this is on. this is actually we're pretty close. So that's the end of that round.
This is the first time I've played this game. Power is actually teaching me how to play it, so if you do see me making mistakes, then definitely tell me. All right, we are to the spirit phase, so I'm going to do my last presence. What happens when you run out? You're done?
I would highly encourage you to reclaim if you can. And the reason,
Reclaim?
and the reason why
What's
I'm
that?
suggesting, use your whatever your reclaim cards thing there is to pull all your cards back into your hand.
Oh, yeah. That's what I'm going to do, but I
You
mean,
still
when you
put a
run out,
presence. You still put a presence down. And
but what happens
once
when,
you run out, then you just can't put it anymore.
okay. So where do I want a presence? What are they going next? They are ravaging wetland and jungle? I feel like they did that last turn. Did we move the cards forward?
Yes.
Okay. I think we're going to put this here. It's my last one, so that's it for that, huh?
So the question is do you have any fast damage? If you have fast damage, then we can win.
Let me I did my growth. Let me gain my energy. Let me reclaim all.
Yeah, it doesn't look like you have fast damage, but
And what do we got here? You know, I'm always going to play that one card. This one.
Even if you have slow damage, we can win with this.
Well, I can pull off. Well, I guess if I don't play this card, I only can play 4 cards total. So let's take this back.
But
No, this has a water one.
I mean, if you can, you should be able to afford to pay for your insane thing you did last time.
I can, yeah. No, I can do that again.
Yeah, you should do
so
that
I could
again.
do the same exact thing. Do I really want this minor card though, or this minor power? Probably not. What else we got here? We got to do remove 1. This one we'll do. We'll get the range in there. We'll get the... If target has 1 damage and... Which one would I rather have? I guess I could do damage to one of these guys. That would be 2 and a fear card. Might as well. This is also slow. And... Gotta do 1 more of these. So it's either remove 1 or gain a minor power, huh? Do we need more minor powers? You think that this is done?
I think we can win this turn.
Okay. So if I do 14, we can take out that thing, but they're gonna grow. No, they're not. They're only gonna build in wetlands.
Which they're not going to be able to build. They won't be able to build a city, so
yeah.
That's the reason why I say as long as we can get even, I can get 2 damage on that city, and then I can hit my kicker to finish it off if we have to. But
all right. Well, I'm gonna be able to get. Yeah, I think you're right, Flute as well. It's just I have to use a water card here, so to be able to get my this thing again, I'm pretty limited on my options when I'm playing that card. So it was either that one or this one. It's not very. Remove 1 blight, I guess. We'll be getting rid of that one. The land will be blight free. Okay, I chose my powers. I chose my powers. Oh, we're out of cards over here? No, we have 2 more.
Yeah, we have 2 more.
What happens when they run out?
Then it's game over.
Oh, in a good way though, right?
No, it's in a bad way.
Oh, so there is a time limit to this.
There is a time limit. when you asked earlier if there's a time limit, I thought you meant like literally like
No,
you,
no,
you
no,
have
no.
5 minutes or whatever.
For how long it takes me
Sorry,
to
I
do
am
turns?
a very literal person, so
Yeah. For how long it takes me to do turns, I can't even play time limit games. We've seen my love for gigantic maps and really slow turns. Oh yeah, I never pay that there. Um,
all right.
it happens to us. It happens to us all.
So I'm gonna I'm gonna do 2 damage to that city.
I'm gonna remove. I mean, it doesn't even really matter.
No, it doesn't. And I'll give you 4 energy.
I don't know why the little finger thing is funny. Yep, and that one's done.
Okay. All right. So I mean, unless something crazy happens, go ahead and ready up. All right. Blighted Island. Fear. Fear card says each player removes 1 explorer or town from any land.
Well, um, what are they building? I guess it doesn't really matter. They're building on
Jungle and
mountains.
wetland. So,
No, they're building on mountains and wetland.
oh yeah.
Um,
So I'll get rid of that guy.
I mean this. So they're gonna be able to build it. No.
They're not going to be able to build.
Yeah, they're gonna.
Just take off this guy here.
I guess it doesn't really matter. I guess I was thinking about like this.
Sure.
Just to have less.
Yeah.
Less in one place.
All right. So now they're going to ravage in jungle and wetland. So here they're going to ravage. So that's ravage. I lose a presence.
That's a bummer.
And then here, this guy dies. This one, you're going to lose a presence.
All right. And so where does this go? It's just
Goes in
gone.
the trash. Yeah. Set it aside somewhere.
And I never can get it back.
Yeah. And then here, I think they're going to lose a presence as well. Okay.
And it gets a blight though too, doesn't it?
Oh, it does get a blight. Yeah. Getting late.
We were doing so well with the blights.
All right. Then we're going to build in mountains and wetlands. Here we're going to build a town.
So Flute, do you mean they can get their destroyed presence back?
Some spirits can have the ability to use destroyed presence.
I'm glad I was picked a low complexity hero.
Okay.
I don't think I'm ready for a high complexity one yet.
Sands and mountains is where they're going to explore. All right, so this is where, this is the first time in the game that this has mattered. Technically, we don't just put explorers into every sands and mountains. It's actually only sands and mountains that are either adjacent to the coast or they're adjacent to a town or a city. So, for example, like this sands right here, there's no towns or cities around it, and it's not on the coast, so we don't put an explorer there. Likewise, here, there's no cities or towns, but I do put one here because it's on the coast.
Right, they're coming in by boat or from the towns.
So like here, this one is adjacent to a town. So there is a strategy in the game where you like purposely try to like wipe out the inland settlements to keep them on the coasts if you can.
Gotcha.
That's actually the first time in this game that we've managed to do that. All right, slow powers. So finish it.
All right, if it's actually gonna do it, let's see. So that's a new 14 points you added here. So that one's well, they're all gone.
So that's it. So there's no cities left. We win.
We did it. We're victorious. What is this thing over here? We killed 23 of them? No, that's how many are left.
Yeah, and it's literally like, so that's like the lowest difficulty game that we played.
You had me worried it'd be much more difficult. I mean, it was pretty hard, but I thought it was gonna be much more because of that. What does the sacrifice button do?
I don't know. Sacrifice victory. I don't know what that means. But... So let me set the game back up to the beginning.
Did you click that reset button?
I just loaded the scenario again.
So now I would understand what these other people do more.
Yeah.
Flute, do you have a? You've obviously played this before. Do you have a favorite spirit? We're not gonna play again. That was already 3 hours. Oh man. Do you have a favorite one, Power?
I really like. I think it's called. Spread of Rampant Green. No, maybe I'm wrong. No, I think it's Keeper of the Forbidden Wilds is my favorite guy. So his thing, if you look at, I just drew his board. Is that right? No, this is not the right guy.
Let me look at this one that Flute likes here. I'm gonna pretend that.
I'm gonna reset the board real quick, and you'll have to draw it again.
Oh yeah, we're in the middle of the street. I forgot about it. Yep, still in the middle of the road.
Okay, so check my guy out here. This is the guy that I like the best. So, his thing is, so there's a new thing that they add to the game, which is called.
This is with the expansion.
Yeah. All right. So his innate thing is that whenever an invader would ravage or build, and it's a holy site for you, you can sacrifice one of your presence to like stop that. So it's kind of like what your guy could do, but you don't have to play a card to do it. You just do it by sacrificing one of your presence. Okay. And then the second power he has is that whenever you would use one of your presences from your tracks, if you don't have any of them left, you can just pull them from the trash. So that's the thing that Flute was talking about, where you can use presences.
What's this plant thing?
It's basically, it just gives you a free element.
Oh.
Plant every time.
Let's look at this bringer of dreams and nightmares. I mean, I want to be the bringer of dreams and nightmares. In real life, I mean.
Yeah. So the bringer of dreams and nightmares, his thing is that he can't actually kill anything. If you would kill something, instead of you killing it, it makes just extra fear. So normally, like killing a city would give you like 2 fear, and him, I think it makes 5 fear. But he can't kill anything. And so that's the trick, is you have to play with somebody else who's like can kind of keep it under control.
Right, while you're jamming the fear up to get to that. Yeah. Single power cannot destroy a given invader more than once. Powers which cause damage via just like all others. So he has 2 different tracks like your guy does, but ours didn't have that. Is this the innate powers thing?
That's just because we were playing the simple spirits. So,
gotcha.
You know, it's kind of overwhelming to deal with that number of options for players. So,
Turn any face down fear card face up.
There's one called Ocean's Hungry Grasp that it basically allows you to like push people into the ocean, and then they drown. And not only do they die, but you turn them into power.
Well,
Yeah, so this guy, like his steal is all about fear. Like, you know, we were actually doing very well on the fear deck, but this guy would push it even faster.
I think I got that card at the beginning with that fear thing that I played a bunch at the beginning, then I kind of stopped playing because I had other stuff to play. Um, I don't know that I don't know if that was that big about. What is this? Oh, these are the different scenarios.
Flute, do you have a tabletop simulator? So these are the extra scenarios that I was mentioning. So you can actually like there's like a bunch of different scenarios that change the rules of the game, adding in like special variant rules.
What one did we play?
We played no scenario at all. Like we played
Okay.
the very lowest difficulty level. You should shoot Hayware a note sometime, and maybe we could organize a Spirit Island game. It'd be great to have people that are familiar with the game.
Yeah, so I have been trying to get more people together, and it's quite difficult to get people together to play. You know, not in real life to play in Yeah, I'm grabbing this link to play via Tabletop Simulator. Um, so yeah, if you would like to join us, like Power was saying, more experienced people. Oh, you already put it in there. Um, it's because my turns take so long, and we're gonna have a bunch of people. Well, if the people get organized, if I can organize these people, um, they're all gonna be pretty much new. Yeah, we're probably pretty late for normally when we would play this. I usually play video games late and stream late, but I don't know how this gonna work with it. That probably that other thing will just fall through completely.
I can do late times on weekends, but can't really go that late during the week because there's this job thing that I have, and they keep like
Yeah,
wanting me to show up, and
same
they,
here. I
they
at
don't
least
just
I
like
work from home.
I do too, but
Yeah.
still, like I have to have I don't know if you're like me, but I have to have 8 hours of sleep, or I have wanging migraines.
I not like that. What I do is I take naps while I'm on the clock. I do it all the time. Oh man, I would so get fired if they knew. Luckily, I'm
Confession
not.
time.
Yeah, luckily no one will ever see this video, and I'm not going to export this to YouTube. I totally am, but yeah,
Can I show you one other tabletop simulator game that I really enjoy? Which
yeah. Let's check it out.
I know you're gonna hate it, but
Is it a card game?
it's a card game.
Ah. All right, show it to me.
I mean,
Is it?
Spirit Island. You just played a card game. I don't know if you realized it, but
Yeah, it's not like the traditional card game, um, like Magic the Gathering or something. I used to play Magic the Gathering all the time.
so this is a game called Aeon's End, and it is another co-op game. So the story of this game is that each player is a wizard, and I think in the game they call them breach mages. Um, and so there's a nemesis that you fight against, and the game comes with like I don't know, like 20 different bosses that you can fight against. Um,
Yeah, I was actually saying that earlier that you could play. It dawned on me you could play Spirit Island solo, which is pretty cool. This picture set looks familiar to me. Have I seen this game before?
so
I don't feel like I have. Look at this demon up here.
you know, I have not really messed around with this. Set up Nemesis. How do I set up the Nemesis?
I'm trying to flip cards over is why it's saying stuff. What's this? Sorted mages, sorted gems. Flame jar.
Where do you
Yeah,
get that from?
I was looking at that. I took it from the sorted spells. Um, drag a mage randomizer card onto player board to set up that mage.
So yeah,
Oh
you
man,
draw one and just drop it on your board there.
you got to play with a random hero.
You could pick. You don't have to play with a random hero.
What'd it do? Whoa. Okay.
So it sets all this stuff up for you. So basically the way this game plays, there would be a boss that's out there that you fight against, and on your turn, you have these cards that you draw out of you have a deck. So your deck that you start with always has
Lots of crystals. It looks like.
it has like those, like, I don't know, 7 crystals. It has these 2 sparks. It has the tourmaline shard in it. Okay, so you take this deck of 10 cards that you start with, and you start by shuffle them up, and you draw your first 5 cards, and then crystals are like money that you can use to buy new cards. So there'll be like a market that's up here that I don't have it working right now, but yeah. So here, like,
What are these? Wait. Oh, we already did the.
yeah, I'm setting up the market here for you right now. So it's all random every time you play it, like which cards end up in the market. But so for example, like with you have cards that crystal, 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 and tourmaline shard. So that's 4 money worth of value that you produce. So you could buy anything from the market that has a cost of 4 or less. So for example, like the Searing Ruby you see up here,
Yep.
that costs 4. So you would actually take that card and you would drop it in your discard. And
In my
then,
discard.
yep. So whenever you buy a card, it adds it to your deck. So like the next time you shuffle through your deck, you're going to have that card in it.
Oh,
and
gotcha.
And then these mages have these things that are called breaches, which are basically, you can think of them as like spell slots. So like you can prepare that spark spell inside the open breach that you have there, and then on your next turn, you'd actually be able to cast it. So that would be like the end of your turn there.
Why is she crying? What's the lore?
So basically the lore is that the nemesis has destroyed the entire world except for this one last little hold, which is called Gravehold, and it's like the last defense of humanity. And you guys are like the 2 or 4 mages that are the only people left that can stop the destruction of the universe. So she's probably crying because the whole world has been
The
destroyed.
world's about to end.
Yeah.
Hey, she's also on this back end thing. All right, though, I'm gonna call it a night for Tabletop Simulator. Thank you so much for showing me Spirit Island, and hopefully we can get these other people together. I feel like I'm pretty confident about the base game. And we got the thing on the side that shows what our turns are and whatnot. Hopefully, we can get these other people together. We can have a crazy Spirit Island game. This looks interesting, but yeah, it's a card game.
It's a card game.
I guess it's not that bad. It's not like the traditional like Magic the Gathering type card games where you got to build your deck before you play. That's the thing that I dislike about the things is building the deck before you play.
Mm-hmm.
That's like that's my pet peeve is I just don't want to do that part. And it's not like I have fun playing it, but then I just don't want to build a deck. And someone takes the time to build a deck against me who's just like, here's my deck I just shuffled together. It's no fun.
Yeah. Well, most of these games, like we were talking earlier about Slay the Spire, even Slay the Spire it's not a deck. It's not a game where you build a deck up front. It's actually a drafting game. Like as you play the game, you add cards to your deck like one at a time, or you remove cards. So it's all about like tuning that deck to like be really efficient. But it's not like you sit down and you have like a huge set of cards. You have to like figure out which ones are in your deck and which ones aren't.
Yeah, that's well, so maybe I never played Slay the Spire. I thought that was where you sat down at the beginning and you adjusted your deck.
Nope.
You just get cards as you play. So that's tolerable for me. It's not the end of the world for me. It's the ones where you get, and then like, so let's say you play a game, and then it unlocks 2 cards, and then you put those in your deck. So it's like what I mentioned Gwent the other day. So like Gwent I've played,
Yeah,
but
Gwent is one where you have to set up a deck in advance.
exactly. So that's the part. In The Witcher, I'll play Gwent because it's part of the you get stuff from it. But I hate the set up the deck part. And I assume Slay the Spire is like that too.
Nope, no.
But
Slay the Spire does have like unlockable cards, but they're not like added to your deck. They're just the next time you play the game, they're added to the pool of possible cards that you can find. But every time you play Slay the Spire, you'll get different cards. So
gotcha. Maybe I'll check that out. I don't know. But I'm gonna call a night for this. I probably will. I slept all day. I slept till like right before I messaged you. So
okay,
I'm gonna probably stream something else.
That's cool. All right.
But
have a good night.